Hey peeps, good morning. I'm a little early and I have huge fluffy hair. Huge fluffy hair. I'm going to just push you back a little bit, which is messing up the cutting table. Fabulous. Hello, good morning. How is everyone? Drink. I think I've only said good morning to Chiana so far today, so I haven't really used my voice, so it's a bit scratchy and crackly. But yes, good morning. How is everybody? Hello. I'm just now realizing quite how big the hair is. I let it dry naturally the other day and it went into really quite nice curls all by itself. So I tried diffusing it today and then I brushed it, which was a mistake. I'm thinking about trying the curly girl method because I think I actually would have quite a lot of success with that, although I have had my fringe cut back in, which if that went curling probably wouldn't look that great. But I'm thinking that the curly girl method might also not be for me because I do love to touch and play with my hair frequently. So yeah, it's looking really big today. I might actually even go and get a scrunchie and see, put it up and see if that makes it look any better. It's also really warm in here today. I don't have I stole the thermometer from down here for my room when we had our heat wave, so that I could explain just how hot it was, because 35 degrees in my room. Anyway, good morning Lottie, good morning Marjan, good morning Kathleen, good morning from Illinois. Wow, you are awake, well done. I'm gonna go and grab a scrunchie because my hair is distracting me, so 2 secs. In fact, it's not even a scrunchie, it's just a hair tie. Oops. And my bias finding has decided to make a bid for freedom. So let's put that back there because I always hit that. Oh, just giant hair. Right, let's oh, Marion. Okay, cool. Thank you, Marion. As we all know, I am appalling with names. Ooh, and I'm gonna whack my hands on the Christmas decorations story. There we go. That's slightly less distracting, isn't it? Good morning, everybody. Marta's here. Hello. Lottie says outfit looks awesome. Was going to say dress, but top and trousers. It is a top and trousers, and it is a hunter tank and a pair of the wraparound simplicity trousers. So there's a front and a back, and they wrap around and tie at the waist. I have today been prepared, and I have put all of my outfit details into the description bar down below. I'm just going to tie these a little bit tighter so they stay up around my waist. The only trouble with this outfit is there is a lot of bows kind of at this particular point, but I do really like it. And I thought to myself, I was talking about these wraparound trousers in my Savannah plans video, and I was thinking I haven't worn these yet this year, so I thought I would get them out and put them on today. It was a border print, so there's stripes. This is cut on the stripe grain. This is cut on the bias. I wanted the stripes going down the front. I think it's a really nice kind of like illusion. I really like how this one turned out. I'm really pleased with this. Mum loves this fabric, so I've ended up buying her some. Dad loves it too. Unfortunately, I bought the last of it for Mum, so there wasn't any for a shirt for him. And Lottie says, sorry, I hadn't seen. I really do need to sort out the fitting of my hunter tank as they look lovely. Don't worry. No, it's not a problem, Lottie. It's in the description box. So, because like last time, so many people were asking me what I was wearing and I kept saying, and then now I can just say it's in the description box. So the cardigan, the top and the trousers are all linked. And I also had, I had somebody comment on last Sunday's video, last Sunday's hangout, and one of the first things I said was I'm wearing the Adrian blouse and the Decades of Style Empire waist trousers. It was literally one of the first things I said, and I had somebody comment and just say, "What's the top you're wearing?" Literally just that. So I gave it a heart, which I always do, and it usually means that I've acknowledged it, I've seen it. If I'm answering a question, I'll come back and do that as soon as I can, but I wanted you to know that I've seen it. And this person replied with, "I don't want a heart, what top are you wearing?" I was like, wow. So I went back and looked, and literally one of the first things that I said was, "I'm wearing the Adrian blouse." Literally, like, "Hello, how are you? Good morning, just good morning. I'm wearing," it was literally this. And yeah, this person was like, "I don't want a heart, I want to know what you're wearing." So I was like, block, because I thought, you know what, I could answer you. I could answer you, and I am not in the best of moods at the moment. And wow. Wow. So yeah, I have been prepared, and I have put everything that I'm wearing in the description box down below, and I'm happy to answer the question like this. That's not a problem, because I know people are going to come in and be like, "What are you wearing?" And I can tell them and then say, linked in the description box down below. But yeah, to the person who is now blocked but thought it was appropriate to ask a question without a please or a thank you, and then be rude about something where the information you asked for was literally within the first 2 minutes of the video, screw you. So yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on, I'm not going to waffle at you for 2 hours today and then get to patterns. I'm going to try and dive straight in, because we're starting early today and finishing early, because we're going out to the White Proms event. I wasn't invited. I was just informed that I had a ticket bought for me and I was coming. So I'm going. Hopefully I'm going to be warm enough in this and my cardigan. I think I'm going to take a blanket with me as well. And yeah, we'll go from there, but we'll see. So that's why I'm starting a little earlier today. So thank you for joining me if you could this morning. Sandra's here. Bonjour, Sean and Peeps. Hello. Natalie's here. Good morning. Sal's here. G'day, Sean and Peeps. Hi, Sal. And Sal says, yeah, Sean. Yeah, but Sean, what are you wearing though? Kenzie says, hello from Southeast Iowa at 5 a.m. in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, Chiana is okay. She is currently, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Let's see if you can see this. Let's go on a little road trip. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. The little red slug in the window there, that is Chiana. She's still in her surgical onesie, which she is not a fan of. So far, she has been pretty good. We did have, on day one, we did have an issue with some incontinence, which is not a usual side effect of being spayed. Somebody, because I put up on the community tab that she'd been spayed, and that's why I haven't been filming this week, because I have been sitting with her just to make sure that she is okay. And I am probably being far more like overly cautious and, you know, hovering helicopter mom about it. But yeah, we had a severe incontinence issue for about 3 hours, which if I hadn't been in the room and come back to, would have been atrocious. That hasn't happened since, and she's much better. I sent a photo of her wound site to the vets and they haven't replied, so I'm taking no news as good news. And she in and of herself seems okay. Her appetite has completely gone, but the vet said she's fat, so she needs to lose some weight, so that's not the worst thing in the world. And she is very cuddly at the moment, which is lovely. So I have been forgiven. She is sitting on my lap. I put a video up on the Peeps group yesterday. She can't wash herself at the moment because of the onesie, so she has decided that I am to be washed. And she had been licking and cleaning this part of my arm for a good sort of 10 minutes before I filmed that. It was starting to get quite red and sore because cats' tongues have got little barbs on them. So yeah, if she was a tiger, tigers' tongues are known to be able to strip meat off flesh, so, strip meat off bones. So it's a good job she's not a tiger. But yeah, she's okay. She's not happy, but she's okay. So that's good. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Lottie says, how do you feel about other people answering questions in your comments? I'm never sure if I see a question that I know the answer to from watching the video. Yeah, I mean, the comment section, as far as I'm concerned, is a place for discussion, like, you know, well-mannered discussion. And, you know, not saying that anyone's not and that you're not going to be well-mannered, Lottie, but yeah, it's a place for discussion. And if somebody else knows the answer to a question, then go for it. Please do go for it. Because I would really, really love to be able to answer every single comment. And I did do that for a very long time, but it was becoming, you know, hours of work. And whilst it was really fun work, it was hours that were, and it was becoming hours. And it just got to the point where it was just like, I can't maintain this, not meaningfully, because I didn't want to just be like, yeah, great, thanks up, because like now YouTube has given like us the option of kind of like generated comments on whatever somebody said. They kind of like generate responses that you can put, and I didn't want to just do generic kind of like, yeah, great, thanks. So now every comment that I gets a heart, which is a I've read this, I've seen this. I mean, obviously if they're rude then they get blocked now, because somebody was talking about this, I think it was Laura Melishi Sprague. She has a kind of like fashion homeware. They're doing up a Victorian house and it's amazing. I love her channel. And somebody had bashed her in the comments for constantly talking about Squarespace, her sponsors. And it was just like, it's free content, dude. If she can get a sponsor, and you know, you don't have to listen to the sponsor section. But he'd bashed her for this, and she'd come onto Instagram and just said, what would you do? Would you ignore it? Would you reply? Would you block it? And I replied to her and I just said, I block those comments now, because there's just, I don't need that kind of energy on my channel. And also, as some of her other followers pointed out, her followers will come to her defense in that comment section, and then it can become a back and forth, which can become quite messy, and then it puts the followers off, you know, of like, this was a channel that I came to for lighthearted entertainment, and so she blocked him in the end. And I am of the same opinion that constructive criticism is very, very different to someone just being rude. And I think I can see the difference. I don't think I'm creating an echo chamber for myself. I don't think I am deleting comments where people are trying to be constructive if they have a different opinion to me. But people who are just out and out rude, it's like, no, I don't need that. I don't need that anymore. I'm not going to give that space in my online presence, in my little corner of the internet. It's just not going to have the space for it. I'm not doing it. So yeah, but Lottie, that was a very weird tangent to say, please feel free, if you know the answers in the questions, please feel free. And as I say, I read all the comments, so I will see the replies as well to other people's, and I can give those a heart and stuff, and then sometimes be like, Lottie's got it, or this is exactly, or that was right, or something like that, which is much quicker than a longer answer maybe necessarily would take. So yes, Lottie, the very long and tangenty answer to that question is yes, please feel free. If you know the answers, please feel free to answer questions in the comments. And if you have time, I mean, obviously you don't have to do that, but if you have time, then that would be wonderful. Lisa101 Lisa says, watching you on the big TV whilst I iron. I'm glad I put my hair up, because my hair on a big TV would have been huge, huge. Lottie says, are you happy for someone to say Sean said in the video? Yes. Yes, I get that a lot. I get that so often, where I have tried, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I try to, especially if I'm asking a question or advice, I'm like, I have done this, and this, and thought about this, and this. What do you guys think? And I get so many people who say this, and this, which I've already mentioned, and it's just like, so yeah, feel free. Feel free. Marion says, just a quick question. I'm dying to try and make a fitted dress, but have struggled to decide which one. I haven't tried to fit a dress before. Any good advice which one you would recommend? Right, okay. Again, I would say an indie pattern, because they tend to have better instructions and more hand-holding in the forms of sew-alongs and blogs. I would say something, I mean, it very much depends on your proportions as well, but I would say something with a lot of tweaking of fit opportunities. So like a darted bodice, so like a waist darts and bust darts would be, and maybe even shoulder darts would be something that's good, because you can tweak the fit a lot there. Something really simple as well. You don't want to be seaming loads of bits and pieces together and trying to work out how to fit over, like, you know, if you've got seams here, there, and everywhere. I've never made the Betty dress from Sew Over It, but that's one that springs to mind as a fairly simple bodice that should be relatively easy to fit. Does anyone else have any suggestions for Marion? Because yeah. If you, yeah, another thing to think about is if you need full bust adjustments and stuff like that. Companies that have already done the A, B, C, D up to H sometimes cut just bust adjustments for you. Is another good one to think about. So yeah, one of the I'm trying to think of it. The Night and Day dress from Charm Patterns is a fairly simple bodice with lots of add-ons so that you can then, so lots of different sleeves, collar, and skirt options. It is an expensive pattern to buy if you're not 100% sure that you like that style though, but she's already done a lot of the hard work for you. And I believe there are sew-alongs online. The instructions are really good. But yeah, anybody else have any suggestions for Marion? Carolyn says, I would be helicopter mum too. My pets are my babies. Yeah. Today's the first time that I'm leaving her alone, and I'm worried. I'm sure she'll be fine. It'll be a week on Tuesday, so that's 8 days. Wednesday, so Thursday it'll be 10 days, and the surgical onesie can come off. And she's going to be fine. She's going to be better for it. The only reason I didn't spay her when she was a kitten is because I did want to breed her. I wanted to have a litter of kittens from her, which I probably would have kept every single one of them. Although knowing her, she'd have been a little sweetheart and had like 50 million kittens. But the timing was never right for that, so I never ended up getting the opportunity to breed her, which is why she's 8 years old now, which is too old to have kittens safely. And I don't, you know, my life has changed in such a way that introducing another cat would be a nightmare at the moment. So that's why I decided to have her spayed. She was due to be spayed earlier, but then she had the cystitis issue, so that got put over. So yeah, and I did ask the vet because I was really worried about her going under anaesthetic at this age, and I was just like, you know, because she's technically a senior cat, and I was just like, how dangerous is this? You know, and the vet was just like, it's way better for her to have this done than it is for her to not. The chances of different types of cancer and pyometry and like loads of different things could go wrong in her future with her still intact. So they were like, and they were like, you know what, it's a totally standard operation, it's totally fine, do not worry. So yeah, but yeah, my poor little darling. Bethany says, hey peeps, hope you're all well. Hi Bethany, how are you, my lovely? Charlotte says, hello from Malawi. Hello Charlotte, how are you, my lovely? Catherine says, good morning all. Good morning. Kathy says, good morning. Currently at work, listening between admitting patients and generally being driven mad by the ringing phone. Ugh. Good luck with that. Catherine says, avoid style arc if you aren't already super confident in making things with minimal instructions. Oh yeah, no, Marion, do not go for a style arc pattern at all. The instructions in there are, there's a lot of assumed knowledge. So yeah, Marion, steer clear of style arc patterns. There you go. Yvonne says, good morning, Shan, and everyone, good morning. Julie says, I'm here. Hi, Julie, how are you? Yvonne says, love your top and dress. It's actually a top and trousers, but thank you. Suzanne says, do you have any tutorials on full bust adjustments or recommendations on pattern companies that include double D bust sizes? Technically, I wear a size E or F cup bra. In McCall's and Vogue, I'm usually between a C and a D cup because ready-to-wear high street sizing and pattern sizing has nothing to do with each other. Gertie is really good for bust cup range of sizes. And Cashmerette are amazing as well. Cashmerette, I use a lot of their full bust adjustment tutorials that they have. The first full bust adjustment that I did was with the By Her in London Anna dress, with the By Her in London Anna blog post. Literally Google full bust adjustment, put it into the Google search engine and put it into the YouTube search engine, and you will come up with a plethora of different options for different types of bodices and things. Hopefully that's helpful. Patricia says, good morning from Sydney, Australia. Good evening from Sydney, Australia even. We are still in lockdown until the end of September at this stage. It's been very hard this time around. I can imagine. I feel for you, Patricia. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we can take your mind off it for a little bit. Jen and Pin says, hello peeps. Really need to go out shopping, but it's pouring rain, so I'm sewing up a bit of knitting. Glad to Chi is on the mend. Thank you very much. And what are you sewing up that you've knit? The biker who sews says, morning Shannon everyone. Good morning. And Julie says, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. Right, so that was 21 minutes of waffle. Shall I get some patterns out so that we can start culling? Oh, actually, would you like to see new fabric before I start doing that? I mean, stupid question. Of course you will. So I don't know if you remember, but in the last vlog, I told you guys that Maria had sent me a £125 gift voucher for Sherwood Fabrics as a birthday present to herself. It was her 62nd birthday, which was very, very lovely of her, very unexpected. And my fabric has finally arrived. So I got the linen chambray of the foliage canopy. So I now have this on literally every base that they've released it on, apart from Cyril crepe if they do it on a Cyril crepe. But I've got 3 meters of this, and this is going to be for a pair of 7131 trousers, which you'll probably see the pattern for in a minute. And I also got 6 meters of this wool suiting. It's 80% wool and 20% polyamide. It's really nice and thin suiting. I am going to make hopefully trousers, skirt and waistcoat from this, and I do intend to pair these together. There is a little bit of red in this print, and it's a rustier red, and this is kind of coming up on the screen that I'm looking at. It looks slightly darker and very much like the color that I thought it was on the website, which makes sense because it was this screen that I looked at on the website. It's a lot more tomatoey bright in real life. I still really like it. I think it's going to look really nice, especially with the dark hair now. I mean, I still would have bought it and wore it with red hair. But this is my birthday present from Maria, but Maria's birthday. So thank you very much, Maria. I really, really like this. I didn't end up buying any more of the lemons. I probably will wait until next year because I do, believe it or not, this is going to be the January, February, March collection based around this one. So I have some black suiting, I have more of this on different bases, and then this obviously red suiting. So I would like to try and make some outfits for that for January, February, possibly into March. And then I have a lemon collection planned for next spring. And when Sherwood's gifted me, that's a really bad thing to say. They didn't gift it to me. They gave me that fabric as a PR product for a review. It wasn't a gift. It was an exchange of services. So they gave me the lemon print lawns, Heidi lawns, for to feature on my channel. And when they gave it to me at the show, they did say, please could you make something up with this really quickly so that other people can see it in time for this summer season. And it was a fabric that I loved and that I was going to get next year, because as I say, I've got plans for a fruit collection next year. But I did make that black dress up because I wanted to wear it on a date with Wilson, which I did, and I felt very fancy in it because it looks very Dolce & Gabbana. So I didn't end up buying any more of the lawn with Maria's money, even though that was what she said I should do with it. So I hope this is all right. I got this instead because this is going to be something that I'll make sooner. So I may get a little bit more of the black Heidi lawn next year to make a shirt to go over the grey dress, but I still have the white one left, but I think that's going to wait till next year now. Anyway, where did we get to? Julie says yes to seeing fabric. Sal says to Patricia, I'm in the same lockdown as you, and indeed it's hard. I have not seen my kids in person since the start. Good thing there are video calls. Oh, definitely. Thank goodness we have things like video calls. And Chin and Pin says, a pure wool cabled cardigan jacket with collar. Took over an hour to sew in all the ends. Now sewing on the sleeves. Ptolemy on my knees as I'm hand sewing. Oh, lovely. Very lovely. Right. Okay, so last time we did those patterns there. It took me 5 hours, and I've got all these to do. Who thinks I might be doing another one of these like pattern cull videos with you guys? So I need to get a pen again, and I need to try and not dye my nails with it like I did this time. This time I've got, because even though I had my hair dyed at the salon, I still ended up with it on my fingernails. So I need a pen, and then we're going to go through some patterns. Here is my pen. Oh, I've got an itchy nose today. The neighbours are mowing the lawn as well. Right, okay. So, next section is skirts. Quick orange squash break. Daydreamer Believer says, oh, your dress is so pretty. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a hunter tank and some 4192 Simplicity trousers. Believe it or not, this is trousers. Hang on. I have to show you again. Trousers. That didn't work at all, did it? There we go. Trousers. Let's see. Julie says to Sal and Patricia, in Denmark, we're finally back to something resembling the new normal. Still taking care and keeping distances, but we're free of the masks for now, and everything has opened back up. Nimue says, oops, missed that we're starting early today. Hi, everyone. Hi, Nimue. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. And yes, starting a little early because we're finishing a little early today. And Julie says hi to Nimue. Okay, so I'm just going to put a disclaimer on this. There are going to be some patterns that I'm going to keep, even though they're not my style, and I probably am never going to make them. And that is because they are indie patterns that I bought like the first time around and they don't do them anymore. And for me, it's a weird obsession. So we may fight on a few of these patterns, but again, other than that, I do need you guys to be strict with me if it's okay. Daydream Believer, it's Linda, isn't it? Just confirm that I'm not going completely bonkers. And Linda and Miss Millie, right? And she says, oh, sorry, thought it was the kilo dress. Very pretty. No, it's a hunter tank and Trouser. Julie says, have to go take care of some washing. Be right back. I would say enjoy, but yes. And Linda says, right, hun, thank you. I was having a minute when you popped up earlier. I was like, it's Linda. And then I was like, oh, God, is it? Oh, and yes. I think you bought me a coffee last week as well. So thank you. I haven't vlogged this week at all. I've taken the week off to basically sit with Chiana and watch Dexter. I'm up to season 5. Just had the Trinity Killer. We're on to the Barrel Girl murders at the moment. But yes, anyway, patterns. Let's start. I've got them out in front of me. So skirts. This is the Miss Maguire set from So La Di Da Vintage, and it is a top, a skirt, and then an over top that you can do with laces and things. Now the top only has bust darts and it's cropped, and it's very similar to something that I've made before. And oh, Linda says I did say thank you in a vlog. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad, but thank you very much, Linda. It was very much appreciated. Yes. Damn It Apparel says love the pants, and hi everyone. Hello, welcome. And Jenna Pin says, Julie, I also had a lovely normal day yesterday. I had my hair cut and lots of facial hair removed. Then I had lunch in a restaurant and had a margarita, so not much else done after. Awesome. And Sal says, do you know, Sean, that there is a new season of Dexter coming out? I do. I am looking forward to it. I watched the trailers, and I totally spoiled Dexter for my best friend. I forgot that there was an extra season, and she said she's seen the end of season 7. I think there's 8. And so I was like, oh, it ended perfectly. And that's all I'm going to say. I really liked the ending of Dexter. I thought they'd done it the only way that they could do it. Yeah, totally ruined the end for her. And it was like, oh, whoops. So I'm really interested to see how it turns out. Anyway, skirts. So yeah, the top half of this, I think you can see, it's like a cropped top with only bust darts, and I have a couple of these tops that we're going to get to later that I'm probably going to get rid of, but I'm keeping this for the skirt portion. So I mean, it's basically like a half circle skirt, I think, but it's a pattern that I love. It's a pattern designer that I love. I'm not getting rid of this. Then we've got the Pauline Alice Rosari skirt. I really I like this a lot. Mum's made this. I don't know if she still likes it, but Mum has made this one. I really like her look with the boots and the skirt, and I used to wear that in the winter all the time. Sounds weird, short skirts in winter, long skirts in summer, but I can wear tights, although I now just like the shape of my legs so much, and I can't wear any of my boots, that I don't know if I will wear this, but again, I'm not going to get rid of it. Now, this Bevel Sassoon pattern, I bought this to make my wedding dress with. Just going to move that up there to make sure that we're still. So yeah, I was going to use this kind of skirt on my wedding dress because I thought it would be a good idea for me to make my wedding dress. I didn't. In the end, I bought one. This is sizes 8 through 12 in Vogue, and it's not going to fit me. This is also one of those patterns that I bought maybe 15, 16 years ago now. And oh, I really want, it's a bias cut skirt. I have some bias cut skirts coming up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm going to put that in my not sure pile. And again, this one is another one that I bought with the possibility of using the skirt portion for my wedding dress. I'm never going to make that top. It won't fit me anyway because this only goes up to a size 10. Again, this is one of those ones that, I mean, I'm not married anymore. Yeah, I think this one needs to. I don't know. It's not like positive associations with it because, you know, obviously not married anymore. Didn't use it to make my wedding dress anyway. I don't know. Linda says, I think we might have to have a 3 yes, 1 no rule. Kathleen says, keep it, it's beautiful. Nimue says, I'm the same with the shorter skirts in winter than in summer. The right kind of tights helps with some shapes in the legs. Yes, this is true. Marta says, let go of the wedding dress patterns. Bethany says, get rid of it. And Sewing in PJ says, do you really want to be reminded of those occasions? I might see how much these will sell for. If they sell for a decent amount, I might put them up for sale on the eBays. But I think that can go in the I'm not sure pattern as well. Now this one is a new one. It's Vogue 1683. I absolutely love that. This is the base skirt. and then you can put an overlay over the top, which I love. This would work really well for the pirate capsule collection, especially with some of my thigh-high boots underneath, and then a big billowy sleeve shirt with a waistcoat over the top. It would be bordering on the kind of like fancy dress kind of element of things. I've got a bit of dead skin on the end of my nose, sorry, I keep rubbing it. I bought this in the smallest size bundle that goes up to a 14. That's never going to fit my hips. According to this, it's for a size 38 hip, and my hips, I need the size 20. But Vogue patterns, even at discounted rates, are $7, so I didn't buy 2 of them. I'm going to keep this because I love the idea of this. I already have an outfit planned around it if I ever get around to making it. I need to turn these over so that they get stored like this. This is, oh, there's an embarrassing one coming up with Deer and Doe patterns. They changed their branding, and I've so far I've resisted, but with the Belladonna dress, I bought the new branding. I wanted the complete collection. I don't own all of the Deer and Doe patterns because there's quite a few in there that are not quite me, but if I had unlimited money, I would buy them all just so that I could have the entire collection. I am aware that that's, well, no, hang on, other collectors of other things buy entire sets, so it's not that bonkers, even though there are some things in there that I probably only would make once and then be like, this is not me. But yeah, so far I have resisted the urge to replace this one with the new branding. This is the Chardon skirt. I saw somebody had made this up on one of the blogs I followed when I first got back into sewing 7 years ago, and absolutely loved it on her. Cannot remember the name of the person, I'm sorry. But I haven't made it yet. Actually, this might be a really good one to try with some of those kind of denims that I've got from the Savannah collection. This could be a good one for that. Love this. Keeping that. May replace it with the new branding. The Fumateska is, again, a really good example of, I love Deer and Doe patterns, but I wasn't sure about it. This one, though, when I saw Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne at the Dressmakers Ball in her version of the Fumateska, I was like, ooh, that's very pretty. And then I saw somebody else in because she'd made hers in a rayon or viscose, and then I saw somebody else on Instagram in one that they'd made with a much stiffer fabric, and I was just like, yeah, done. I'm done. Love it. Love. So it says cotton voile, viscose, chambray, soft linen, wool, or light velvet. And it needs 4 yards of 45-inch wide fabric. I would imagine it needs a lot more if it's a directional print though, but I really like this. I really like this. Need to make this soon. This was one I bought recently when I got the 2 new patterns that they released. It's the Azara. I really liked the seaming detail on this. I have no idea if this is going to be nice over my hips, if I'm going to like how this actually looks on me, but I love I just love Deer and Doe's aesthetic, and I love all the samples that they make up, and it was one of those things where I was just like, I want them all eventually. It's kind of like Pokemon, got to collect them all, so yeah. Sal says, like Elsa says, let it go. That's about the Bevel Sassoon wedding dress patterns. Jen and Pin says, I decided bias cut skirts are not my friend. They show every lump and bump. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. Dagon Arave says, good morning, Sean and friends. Hello, welcome. Nimue says, don't forget to like the stream, peeps. Yes, please do give it a thumbs up. It actually really does make a difference. I promise you it does. Same for all the normal videos as well, as does commenting. It shows the algorithm that I have interaction with my audience, and that's why it makes a difference. So the more people that watch that then like, it shows that, oh, actually the audience are enjoying this video. They're interacting with it. Like, you know, let's push some more of this person's videos. So it does make a difference. Natalie says, heart eyes for the Vogue skirt. I know, yeah. I mean, the only reason I haven't made it immediately is because I'm worried about trying to fit it over my hips. Dave on a Rave says, lovely dress today. Love nature and botany. Careful of the wasps and bumblebees, though. Yes, yes. The Bike Who Sews says, Gin and Pins, me too. Dave on a Rev says, got to catch them all. Dave on a Rev also says, like, oh, we've gone from 21 likes to 33. And there's 109 of you out there as well. So thank you very much. Vox 3D says, hello everyone. Hi, welcome. Sandra says, hi peeps, greetings from Australia. Lots of time to sew in lockdown again. And good evening, Sandra. And Charlotte says, Vogue 1683 would look great in wax print. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I have one piece of wax print that Karen got me for a birthday present, and I'm terrified of it. I did a stupid thing. I bought like a giant print with crystals all over it because I'm a magpie, and I was just like, Karen had given me a voucher for Etsy for my birthday, and the only caveat was that I had to buy a wax print with it. And I got a gorgeous red one. It's called Diamantes stuck all over it. I've washed it once and it's still really, really stiff. I think I want to make a Gertie dress with it because I think it's going to look stunning, but I'm terrified of it. Absolutely terrified of it. I know about washing them in Coke. I think there's some of the enzymes in Coke that help break down the stiffness. And I know the more you wash it, the better it'll get. But the first time I washed it, the inside of the washing machine ended up looking like Aladdin's cave because so many the crystals came off. So I need to get over my fear of that fabric. I think that's going to be a next summer project though, because it's red and I have some other fabrics in there that are going to work really well with that. So I have fabric and sewing projects for days, for years ahead. I will get there eventually. This is another one that I have slight issues with that I'm going to want to collect more. This is the Charm Patterns Stanwick skirt. Now, I think it's gorgeous. I absolutely love this. This was paired with the cropped princess version with the lantern sleeves to make a suit, and it looks amazing. I really, really like this as well with the giant pockets on the sides. I can definitely have probably drafted something like this by myself already. I'm scared about making this fit. I don't think these pockets would be, they might be flattering on my hips, especially if I balanced out the shoulders so that it made my waist look even smaller. I have not made this yet. I really want to make this. I'm going to keep it. I mean, it cost me a fortune as well. But it's another one of those ones. I with the Charm Patterns, I don't have the Bolero pattern, and I don't have their latest gown release, even though I have a 40% discount code because I'm a patron of Gertie's. But I can use that code for any pattern over the next year. I love the gown, but again, it's not really me. So I was kind of like holding off on that one. So yeah. 1684. Charlotte's saying that she meant the 1684. Charlotte also says some wax prints are softer than others. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I have zero experience. My only wax print that I have in my stash is that one from Karen. As I mentioned, I love the prints, and I'm so drawn to the prints, but I'm seeing there's dust on the back of my machine, so I'm dusting as I talk. I'm just a bit like, I just don't know. I don't know enough about it, so I'm doing the thing that I do. I'm burying my head in the sand and ignoring it, and hoping that the knowledge will just arrive. And I need to do the thing to then get the knowledge. So I'm just being me about it, basically. Catherine says, I keep looking at the Fumeterre skirt pattern, but also worried about the hip, or rather, in my case, backside fitting. My usual method is to widen the centre back and put pleats in. Can't see why that wouldn't work, you know. There are light gathers at the back on it anyway. I don't know if you can, that's going to show up. There's light gathering at the back, so I can't see why that wouldn't work. But yeah, if you do get there before I do, which is more than likely, let me know how you get on. Adele says, I watch a lot on TV and it's easy to like but cannot comment, so had to pop on my phone to comment. Oh, thank you very much, Adele. That's very kind of you. Philomene is here. Lorraine says hi. Hello. Sal says, as a man, I'm doing a new style to me, trying out a handlebar moustache, loving it thus far. Nice. Vox says, I see the post of the Helen's Closet culottes in the Peeps group. They were gorgeous and now have that pattern. Yeah, I think they're Sue's ones that she made, weren't they? And they're very nice. Vanita says, good evening from Thailand. Good evening. Kathy says, charm pattern Stanwick is amazing in the pencil skirt. I stick to the rounded pockets. The shape ones are awkward to access for me. I need to get over my fear of pencil skirts. I haven't worn one for a very long time, so I kind of have this irrational fear that I'm also going to be really restricted in it and not enjoy wearing it, which I think is probably a lot of nonsense if I'm just careful about the type of fabric I pick and then the fabric I use, the fit that I get. So yeah, I just need to get over my fear of myself. Natalie says, I love the Stanwick, but still traumatized from trying to fit the hips on the pencil skirt. That was without the pockets, 8 toiles and still not right. Yes, well, talking of toiles, this is the By Hand London Charlotte skirt. I tried toiling this and I did the full butt adjustment that they suggested and ended up with literal points on my backside. I took this out to Saudi Arabia with me, traced it, tried it, was not good. I'm not getting rid of this. This is the original By Hand London packaging. I have every single By Hand London pattern that they released in printed form. I don't have all the PDF ones, and I'm not so anal about collecting all the PDF ones because I don't like all the styles. But at the time they had this, the Anna, and the Victoria blazer, which we're going to come to, and I'm not going to get rid of them. Sorry. Next we have the Gabriella skirt from Sewaholic Patterns. This is designed for a pear shape. I made this for myself once and I made it out of a striped chambray, and I wanted to love it, but the fit wasn't right over my hips because it is fitted over the hips. I did a stupid thing though. I made it up without measuring myself. I was just like, I'm these measurements, and I'd put weight on, and I wasn't those measurements, and so this did not fit, which was ridiculous. So I'm not ruling out keeping this. I'm not going to get rid of this skirt because the ones that I've seen that fit people well, I really, really like, and it would be really easy to make this kind of shorter as well because this is a maxi skirt. So this is staying. Do you see what I mean? We're going to have some issues. This is the Colette Patterns Zinnia, and again, this is their old type of packaging. I saw somebody had made this up and I loved it, absolutely loved it. I would never put the patch pockets on the front, but other than that, I really, really liked how this looked, so that's staying. So far I've got rid of 2 skirts. I need to remember that I need to write on the other side of my little tabs as well. And try not to get ink all over my fingers this time. Okay, so this next one, I'm gonna need so this next one is a Berda pattern, and I fell in love with this styling. I mean, it does have different pockets, doesn't it? So Nancy enabled this one for me. I paid for them, but Nancy and her other half did all the hard work and went shopping for these for me. This one does have different tab details at the waist. What do you think? What do you think? Let's see, where did I get to? Where did I get to? Dave on a Rave says, I think your outfit looks fab on your hips. When I buy anything from trousers or jeans to shirts or even underwear, it's always a case of nice, snug hugging versus sufficient wiggle room. Yeah. Loretta says, hello from New Zealand, but have you actually culled any? Yes, 2. Very virtuous. Not expecting to cull loads from the rest of these, to be honest. And she says, hello, Shine Peeps, going to have you on whilst I get my Sunday night sew on. Nice, thank you for joining us. Loretta says, what do you, Sewing in PJ says to Loretta, what do you really think? Lol. Lottie says, I'm also scared of pencil skirts. I do wonder if it would be better in print, as I'm pretty sure I wouldn't like it in a plain, despite wanting a lovely tweed skirt. Yeah. Sibson family says, good day all. Hi Sean, hi Peeps. Thank you for the sincere condolences. I'm back and we'll try to catch up. Many hugs for you, my lovely. And yes, we are here for you to help distract if that is what you would like us to do. Cassie says to Natalie, I guess I'm lucky to fit all of Gertie's Charm and Big Four straight out of the packet. Very lucky. Marta says, the conversion is making me really want to order some charm patterns. This conversation is really making me want to order some charm patterns. I just got 4 Gertie Simplicity patterns and I'm now hungry for more. Yes. Gin and Pin says, I love the pencil skirt. My first one was in scuba. I love them for winter with thick tights and boots. Ooh, maybe a knit one would be a good, but then I've made myself dresses that have got, you know, fitted skirts and I hated them on me. We'll see. Dave and Rave says, the importance of frequent measurements. Hey, do you usually measure yourself or get someone to help? I struggle to DIY measure accurately. I usually measure myself because I'm only really doing really basic measurements of just like a round. I'm not trying to do any kind of sort of like, you know, like detailed measurements that I would need help with. Julie says, let's one go. It's only details. Coffee Muse says, hi, Sean. I say get rid of the birder. It's too similar to the other one. Heather says, hi from Auckland, New Zealand. Nighttime here. Good evening, Heather. And Coffee Muse, yes, I agree with you. Damn It Apparel says, my new rule is to sew 3 patterns I've never used for every 1 new pattern I get. Needless to say, it's not going well. I've tried that kind of thinking a couple of times, Damn It Apparel. It's never really worked for me either. Something Delightful are having a sale at the moment where all of the patterns are $7, which is expensive for some, but this the right sale price for Vogue. But they're then also doing an extra 20% off with the code CELEBRATE. So I've got 16 patterns in my basket that come to $86, so I get the free shipping. I'm just waiting to get paid from YouTube. Yeah, what do we think? What do we think? Nimoy says, how well do you fit into birder measurements? I find them to have not an excessive ease. Might be easier to do details yourself on the other pattern. I have never made a birder pattern. I have a few of them. Oh guys, they are so similar, aren't they? They are so similar. I don't need 2 of these patterns, do I? And I need to be better about this when I'm buying patterns. I'm going to put this one to the side as well, keeping the Rosaria. Okay, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Oh no, this is not one of the ones I did that with. This is the Megan Nielsen Cascade skirt. I love this. I have made this twice. I need to retrace it, because the size that I've made is actually no longer wraps over at the front and is decent to wear. It just reveals my underwear, so I need to make a new one. But I love this. I bought this 16, 17 years ago because I wanted a circle skirt pattern, and it just happened to be like a costume one with the appliques in it. Do I keep this for the appliques? I'm never going to do the appliques. No. Damn It Apparel says, I'm not going to be of any help. I can rationalize keeping any pattern. I mean, realistically, I don't want to get rid of any of these. I want to keep them all. I think you know, like all the ones I got rid of last time and all the ones I'm going to cull this time, I want to keep them all. I just don't have room to do that. And I want to buy new patterns. As I say, I've got 16 in my basket waiting. So it's the I want the thing, I need room for the thing. So I am trying to be good. Sewing in PJ says, I don't like the drawings on the birder. Yeah, the only difference for the birder is that there is a shaped tab belt carrier, which I can do myself. I can do that myself. It's so similar to the Rosaria pattern. This one I love. Love. The blouse is a button back blouse, which I do not love. And I have made a suit like this and never worn it. but I love this, so I'm keeping it. Next is one that came with a sewing magazine, and this one can go. I don't need this in my stash. I can draft all of these myself and have done previously. That was easy, wasn't it? This one, I love the yoke detailing, or the detailing for this shirt. They're kind of actually angled sleeves. I think that's really interesting, and I like the button up front. I will not make the bra top because I just wouldn't wear the bra top, but I'm going to keep this one. This one I really, really, really like. It is a gored skirt. I do like the bow detail, but I won't probably ever include the bow detail. It's like built in to the skirt sides, and I just think that that's not going to work for me. But I really like this. Is slightly high-waisted, like goes slightly empire line, so I'm going to keep that one. This one I really like. I've made it. Traced the wrong stupid size. Does fit, but it doesn't fit in the way that I would like it to fit, so I'm keeping that one. Let's see, where do we get to? Where do we get to? Lottie says, I vote no for the appliques. Julie says the appliques need to go. Nimue says, I love the appliques, but I'm odd about these things. I love them too. I just don't think I would actually ever use them. Vox says, when are you going to do with the patterns you don't keep, charity shop? No, I am going to put them up for sale on my website, and possibly some on eBay as well, depending on, I'm going to do some research because I have some designer patterns I think I'm going to be getting rid of, and I think they sell quite well on eBay. So I'm going to do a little bit of research and try and recoup some money to pay for new patterns. So yes, they're not all going to go to the charity shop. Jen and Pin says, my scuba pencil skirt is a Stitch Sisters, only use 1 meter of fabric, is a la Stitch Sisters, only use 1 meter of fabric. I made one just to see if I like the shape on me and to get used to wearing one. Maybe I need to try it again. I think because I know I don't have a big tummy, but for me, I used to have a washboard flat tummy without making any effort at it. And I think the little pod that I now have would be my issue with wearing tighter things, which is why I wear the big things that I do, and which is why I had such a conniptions over those trousers. So maybe I need to try it again and just get over myself, or get some shapewear, which I'm dreading, trying to find the right size and shape and fit and thing for me as well. Wilhelmine says, collecting also means getting rid of things that don't complement your collection that much anymore, especially if you can make your total collection better and better with new things added. Curating, Wilhelmina. Yes. Agreed. Julie says, well, 16 new in, at least 16 patterns out. Oh, well, I've done that because I did that last week. There's more than 16 left then. Wilhelmine says, you're doing great. Thank you. Coffee Muse says, ooh, I made that blouse and changed it to a zipper back. Loved it. Oh, good for the simplicity suit. Haha. That's good to know, because I would probably do the same thing. Lottie says, I've bought your Elba files and have all of my patterns in one. I then have to do one in, one out if I get a new pattern, as no more space for folders. Yeah, I mean, you guys know my overall ambition is to clear out the fabric stash and put more patterns over there so that I have more room in here for more patterns. Dammer Apparel says, I should have you come over to cull my stash. I have boxes full in the garage. I'll probably never make up, but I just call them sentimental items since they all belong to my gran. Oh, that would be difficult. Wilhelmine says yes. Jacqueline says hello. A little late for the party, but I'm happy to be here. I am a pattern addict. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, this next one. This is for a knit fabric. I want to love this. I don't think I'm going to get rid of this because I think I'm going to want to try this. This might be a good one for me to try with like a more fitted skirt, especially given that it's got the ruching up the front, which, believe it or not, I actually find flattering over lumpy areas, and all the frills, because I love the frills. I do love me a frill, so I think I'm going to keep that one. But that should be in knit skirts. Do I have a knit skirt pile? Have I had a knit skirt as yet? I haven't, have I? Here we go. Here's the bias cut skirt. But there's no reason that I cannot high-low hem one of these, is there? This is a recent purchase. I want to try it. I also want the Sicily slip dress. That's a bias cut dress as well. I think this is going to stay. I'm going to give it a try. I may get rid of it later. This is another fairly newish one, which is a large, extra large. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. It's a button-up skirt, the 7981. I really like this, but the sizes that I have here won't fit me. But I do really, really like this. Next, we have the Angela Clayton 8071. I love this. I love this outfit. Would totally wear this. Have you seen that American Duchess are doing a pre-order for December delivery? And there's a couple of pairs of their boots and shoes that, oh God, I wish I was rich. I'd be such, I mean, everybody could be such a good rich person. I would need a really big wardrobe. I'd need one for clothes and one for shoes. This one I requested as part of a pattern swap. It's the 6706, and I mean, realistically, doing those stripes yourself is really, really easy, but this has got the pattern pieces for it and also a petticoat to go underneath. I think I'm going to keep this one just because it was part of a pattern swap. Next we have 7054. I love this. I don't know if it would suit me. I actually used this skirt with a Vogue bodice for somebody's wedding dress in the Liberty Tresco print in the neon colorway, and it looked amazing. And then it had an underlayer of her mum's silk sari, which was gorgeous, and then a gold bias binding, which peeked out on the high-low hem, and then a gold glitter bolero that I made for her. I made that outfit, and then a christening outfit, and then her official civil ceremony wedding dress as well. She bought a ghost bias cut satin dress. Thank God I didn't have to make that for her big ceremony. She had lots of different wedding parties. So I tried that dress on that I'd made for the client because she had similar measurements to me. Her waist was a bit bigger, but she'd had 3 babies. And I kind of liked it on me, so I want to keep this one because I want to like that style. This one, 7845. I love this skirt. This is very reminiscent of a designer skirt as well. I mean, it's a mini skirt. It's a fitted one. It's got ruffles on it. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this one, but I don't want to get rid of it. I think I'm going to keep that one. Let's see. Sewing in PJ says, oh, stay safe, Karen. Marion says, love it. Jacqueline says, it looks simple and fun. Julie says, you're never going to make the 7933. What is that one that I got rid of? 7933. 7933. Seven, 9, 3, 1. I'm going to try it. I want to like bias cut skirts. I used to have a lot. I'm going to try it. Next up, we have a Vogue options pattern. It's a gorge skirt with different length options, high-low hem. I'm keeping it. They've done all the work for me. And this is a fairly new one. This one was from Lorianne, so it was a present when she came over. This is the 7813. I love this. This is going to be made quite soon, I think. I think it's really nice. I don't usually like asymmetric hems, but I really like this one. So this one's staying. This is another fairly newish one with I like the pink one on her. I love this. I think that's gorgeous. When we look at the back, you see, which is what she's wearing, is basically, again, a pencil skirt with then a ruffle on it. I think it looks stunning on her. I don't have her figure, but I want to try it, so that one's staying. Then finally, we have McCall's 4386. This is one that I bought ages ago. I have actually traced this out. I just never got up the courage to make this one, and I didn't get the courage up to make this one because I don't have the printed finished garment measurements on the tissue paper for this. So I needed to do some measuring, and I wasn't 100% sure that this fitted yoke piece was going to fit over my hips. But I love this, and we can keep that. And then this one, I really like this. This is one of my older ones. I have cut this out at size 8. It's cut. This is why you trace your patterns, people. But this is one of the ones that I did like probably nearly 20 years ago now, and I bought some silk chiffon, really expensive silk chiffon from John Lewis with a lining to try and make this. I hadn't sewn before. It was a nightmare. This is never going to fit me again because I mean, even if it was traced, it only goes up to a size 10, so it's not going to fit me, so that one can go. So I've got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and kept a lot more. Yeah. Okay. So this is beach cover-ups. Where do we get to? Jacqueline says the cut of the Vogue bias pattern looks much better than the McCall's. Quite possibly. But the Vogue ones are not in my size, and the McCall's ones might be. And says, not sure if it's all that difficult to drape your own bias cut slip dress. True. But I don't have a mannequin that is remotely my size. And yeah, true. Wilhelmine says, can I challenge you to do something with history bounding? Yes, and I think quite a lot of the things that I want to do over the coming months are going to be pieces that would work for history bounding as well. When we get to them, I'll show you the pieces that I have. Like that skirt, the Angela Clayton skirt, totally want to put that in. That's Edwardian, I believe. Jacquelina says the wedding dress sounds fabulous with the sari. It was a beautiful wedding dress. That was a lot of fun to make. Sewing in PJ says, could you use that mini skirt as a swimsuit cover-up? Yeah, probably wouldn't. We're just about to do cover-ups now. I probably wouldn't because it's not quite my style. I really want to make that skirt and wear some really thick, dark nun tights, as Seaside Mum has christened them, and then my boots and like a little biker jacket over the top. I really like that look. I don't think I have the figure for it at the moment, as in to say that I don't think I would feel comfortable in that look, not that I think I couldn't wear that look if I felt comfortable in it. I'm trying to say that you don't have to look any particular way in your clothes. If you feel comfortable in them, you wear what you want. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. What matters is what you think, and that's my point, is I don't think I would feel comfortable in that. I hope that was some sense was gleaned from that. Nimue says, is the Vogue just a handkerchief skirt with a wide shaped waistband? Should be easy enough to draft. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I could draft that in my sleep. Totally. It's just got memories attached to it, but again, they're not exactly positive memories. I don't think I ever even finished that skirt. I don't think this was also when I was sewing with a machine that I'd never changed the needle on, and I was trying to sew silk and wondering why it was eating it all up. Karen says, good morning from Long Island, New York. We're expecting Hurricane Tropical Storm Henry to arrive in the next few hours, hoping I don't lose my electricity as I was hoping to do some sewing today. Well, stay safe, and yes, I hope you keep your electricity so you can keep in company with us and then keep some sewing, get some sewing done. Nimue says, lunch is ready. I'll see if you're still here afterwards. Enjoy, Nimue. Coffee Muse says, the Angela Clayton is 1910, so a decade later than Edwardian. Ooh, okay. What comes after Edwardian? Is that the last kind of named after a king era that we have? Because it's the tweens next, wasn't it? Yeah. Wilhelmine says, sounds wonderful, the history rounding. On a fitting mannequin, how do you feel about the bootstrap making yourself pattern? I love the idea of it. I have watched Scraps and Sequins video where she had serious like body image issues having made the thing, and given that I already have those at the moment, I am overthinking it and worrying that seeing myself represented in a 3D form is going to give me more body issues than it would help. And given that I don't drape or fit to a mannequin ever, because I don't have one that fits me, it's not something that I'm in desperate need of. So it's something that I really want to do, would really like to do, but I am way overthinking it and worrying about being confronted with a 3D image of myself, what I would think. When I put my measurements into Lacala, for example, the 3D model of the body that comes up looks nothing like me, I don't think, because I have such a small waist and then such big hips. They put all of it in the stomach, and it's horrifying. So I am probably way overthinking it. I probably just, it doesn't need to be that kind of. I like the idea. I'm just a bit worried about actually making it. Ange says, did you just say nun tights or did I mishear? What are those? Seaside Mom has christened, I wear some very dark, thick denier tights, and I wear them in lots of different colours, and some of them actually quite bright colours, but I wear very thick denier tights in the winter because I like wearing skirts and dresses in the winter, and it's just a way of adding warmth and then hiding my hideous legs, which are not hideous at all. I know that. I'm just being hard on myself, which I need to stop doing. And Seaside Mum christened them my nun tights, so it's kind of stuck. And again, no, it's a joke intended at me, about me. It's not intended to be offensive to anybody else, and I really hope I haven't offended anyone else. It was not my intention. Wilhelmine says, I got it. The pattern to my measurements, just feel a bit hesitant. I might look different that I see myself now. Yeah. Catherine says, felt seams all pinned into place. Now to watch more actively whilst hand sewing. Oh, good luck. Good luck. Coffee Muse says, yes. I mean, the Edwardian is the last decade named after a king. Everything moves on too fast for me in the chat. No worries, Coffee Muse. I got what you meant. Yes. Yeah, no, it's Edwardian and then nothing, because we're in the second Elizabethan era now, really, aren't we? But nobody really calls it the Elizabethan era. God, who was after Edward? Before King Edward, then that's mad, isn't it? Who was after Edward? Was it the Queen's father? It wasn't. It was, wasn't it? Oh, that's bad. Who was king after Edward? George. Thank you. Thank you. George, another Edward, another George, and then Liz. Yeah, so we would have had another. So we had Edwardian, Georgian, Elizabethan. Yeah. Okay, but Victoria. I mean, long reigning monarchs. do have eras named after them, don't they? That makes sense. But yeah, with all those quick changing monarchs because of deaths and abdications and nonsense like that. Yes, thank you. Let's see. Catherine says the full bum adjustment that I do is very much inspired by the 1819-1900 walking skirts by applying it to the McCall 6608 full version in Tencel jersey. Nice. Yeah, just adding more. Yeah, like because walking skirts are all kind of gored at the front and then there's lots of gathering at the back for the bustle pads and stuff, wasn't there? But it totally works for if you don't need a bustle pad, you have all the padding of your own. Caroline says, good morning. Good morning, Caroline. Wilhelmine says, with Bootstrap, you do have to click what kind of button belly you have, and you can get 3D image preview for free before you buy it. Yeah, I like that there's all the adjustments and stuff in there. I think I have a very different image in my head of what I look like to actually what I physically look like. So I'm on the fence. I really want one because I really want to start trying draping. I think it would be really fun. And then I don't want to see myself in 3D. So yeah. And says, oh, I see. I love my own nun tights too. Lol keeps to the Melbourne black colour code. Yes, nun tights. Thick, dark denier tights. Bethany says, Edwardian area is 1901 to 1910. Afterwards, it's usually known as the 19-teens or the Titanic era. Then the 20s, 30s, 40s, etc. Yes. And then you're all telling me that it was George, then Edward, then George, now Liz. Julie says, Victoria, she was the turn of the century, I think. Yeah, she was she was 60 years she reigned for. And she died in 1900, so 1840s through to 1900. Am I right? Kind of right. Let's see. Jacqueline says the stuttering George. Yeah, Bertie was his name, wasn't it? The King's Speech. I've watched that, and he was the current Queen's father. Caroline says, one shoulder dragon half cut out, George V, Edward VIII, George VI, Elizabeth. Thank you. And you are so far advanced. I haven't done any sewing this week. I haven't done any sewing at all, and I might need a refresher pattern because I am super worried about the Simplicity shirt that I'm meant to be doing a sew along for. It has grown on sleeves and I'm worried I'm not going to like them, but I did the short version, so I think I should. I just need to get over myself and just do it. But I have had a week off to look after the cat. So, yeah. Let's see. Jacqueline says, poor shy man. Yeah. The King's Speech was amazing. I had no idea about it. And if you listen to his speeches that were recorded, it's very interesting the way he speaks. And the fact that he managed to get over what he did was amazing. Julie says, I want to go home. Catherine says, snag tights for the win. I have purple and black stripy. I love snag tights. I have lots of theirs. Jacqueline says, long reign. Catherine says, 1837 to 1901. I was close. Wilhelmine says, I feel the same. Just can see why the problem is fitting patterns on myself. After number 5 muslin, I get desperate for a mannequin. Sigh. I will likely try the bootstrap pattern this year. Good luck with that. Let us know how you get on for sure. And I'm going to get over myself and try it. But yeah. Bethany C says that Victoria's reign was 1837 to 1901. And Catherine says her mum is a history teacher. And then Caroline's also saying 1837 to 1901. And Wilhelmine says, I cannot see. Yeah. Debbie says Victoria was 1837 to 1901. You guys are being very helpful. I really like the 1860s silhouette, which was kind of like the rounder skirts with the at least from what I've seen on Truly Victorian, the sort of like 1860s silhouette is much more my jam than the bustle era. I think the bustle dresses look amazing, and they like the natural form kind of things as well. I really like those, but what I really like is the round ball gown ones, and I think I want to make one of those at some point, and it would be made with those kind of patterns, but it would be made with totally modern fabrics and processes and things like that. I have zero interest in hand sewing or trying to find a treadle machine or anything like that, but I would like to make myself an 1860s ensemble. So yeah. Anne says, I get that. I nearly didn't go through making my wedding dress once. I made a moulage and stuffed it. Seeing myself in 3D was confronting for about 3 weeks until I decided to make my own corset. Yeah. Sewing in PJ says, sorry I missed it, but can you please let me know about Chi, please? She is okay. She's off her food. She's not eating, but she needs to lose some weight, so that's not the worst thing in the world. She had a bout of incontinence on day 1, which was awful, and why I have not left her alone since. This is the first time that I've left her alone for a period of time. I'm just going to check. Oh, she's not in the window anymore, so she's probably on the bed. I've given her my dressing gown, which smells like me, which she seems to enjoy, and she's been sitting on my lap. She's been sleeping a lot, which is understandable. She's very annoyed that she can't have a proper bath, but she's all good. So thank you for asking. Karen says, you have a lovely figure, but we are all our own worst critics. Yes, exactly. I mean, exactly. That's the thing. We are way meaner to ourselves than we would ever be to anybody else. So yes, objectively, I can see that I have a nice figure. Living with it is a very different, and having it change so much. But you know, stuff happens, and if I can't expect to live the same type of lifestyle and eat the same diet and not do any exercise and for everything to stay the same. I did expect that for a long time, and it's been a horrible realization that that's just not going to happen. So yes. Wilhelmine says 1860s. Karen says the beauty of the bootstrap type mannequin is you decide where the stuffing goes. This is true. This is true. And again, you can also like take your measurements. If, for example, if you do want to make historical garments, and so you're going to have a corset on, you can take measurements with a corset. You can stuff them so that they are corsetable down to your own measurements and things like that. So yeah. Let's see. Julie says to Caroline, I made one Friday and took her on a trip Saturday. She is named Blomst Flower. I'd put some extra structure in the wings and remember the eyes. Mine only has dots for eyes as I can't get hold of teddy eyes right now. Oh, that's so cute. So cute. Sal says, my favourite man's fashion era is 1920s with the hats, 3-piece suits and trench coats. Yeah. Yeah. That is a good era. Jacqueline says, oh, I agree, Sal. A gorgeous era for men. Also the 1930s. High-waisted trousers, fine knit vests. Sigh. Teresa says, hi, I have made a bootstrap mannequin. The instructions were good, but now lost 2 stone in weight, so we'll have to make another. And that's another congratulations on the weight loss if that was intentional. That is another thing that I like, though, is that they, whilst there is a huge investment in time, it's not huge and it's not cheap, but it's not like a, you know, an £800 wolf form that if you lose a load of weight that it's then going to be completely useless to you. I like that you can make more of them. Natalie says, all the people I've seen make bootstraps say the breasts are too low. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Anyway, should we get through some cover-ups? Okay, so this was in my top pattern pile, and I've moved it over to cover-ups because I was thinking I might lengthen this and make it as a top. Looking at it, it has a zip at the back. I'm never going to make this. That can go. This one, again, these couple here are very old. They're like at least sort of 14, 15 years old. So they're not very old, but they're older. Oh, I want to like this. Can't remember if I've cut this out. It doesn't. No, I haven't because it's still factory folded. Do you know what? I think I think if I cropped it so that it hit my waist and put elastic in the channel at my waist, I actually think I'd really like this. So I think I'm going to keep this and I'm going to put it back into tops. If I can remember where tops are. Wrap tops. It's a Vogue one. And I need to write on the back of this shirts, because I forgot to do that last week. Shirts. Okay, this one. I think I have cut. Yeah, I have. Cut the size medium though, which is the largest size in here. Okay, so I'm going to keep this one. I think this would make a really good beach cover up. I would probably end up lengthening all of them. But I am going to keep this because I think this will make a good beach cover up. And I have cut it out, but I have cut the largest size out, so that's fine. This one I love. I think this is gorgeous. I especially like this one, which is weird because it's slim fitting, but I really like this. I'm going to keep that one. This is in the wrong place because I think I put it in here for the poncho. I love this outfit on her. I really want to make that dress. I love this outfit. I don't think I'd ever wear this outfit. I don't know because I haven't got an outfit like this, so I don't know. I'm going to put this in the wardrobe section. Because I think I just want to be that girl. Next, we've got Simplicity 8648. My lemon collection that I'm doing next year is going to be, one of the fabrics is very sheer, and I'm going to make this with that, so that's staying. This came free with a magazine. I like the caftan. I don't like that it doesn't have any fitting shaping at the back, but that would be really easy to add in, like the waist detailing and make it tight, like, you know, add in sort of windows at the back and then put the make the waistband so that it has ties at the back for more shaping at the back. So that would be easy to do. I will never make this one, but I do like this one, and it's very similar to the caftan that Closet Core Patterns do. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one. I've seen Ange say keep it, so I'm just going to listen to Ange. Caroline says to Julie, this is red and ivory, as I had those in my stash. Hub wants green, blue, brown, bronze, and gold fire lizards. Yes, that hadn't even occurred to me, Caroline. We can make our own dragonettes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That hadn't even occurred to me. And I'm freaking out because Caroline's husband is referencing the dragonettes from Pern, the Pern books. Oh, at least I think he is. I've got that right, Caroline? Oh, I need a whole set. I do. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And McCaffrey for the win. Thank you, Caroline. So glad. Oh, that's such a good idea. Yes. Shoulder dragons. Shoulder dragonettes for the win. Okay, sorry. Geek moment over. Julie says to Caroline, pretty. Mine is purple on top and has yellow greeny belly. Ooh, nice. I'm thinking I might try and patchwork some of my mum's scraps together to make the kind of like body and then do a solid coloured belly, or do it the other way around, so it's patchwork belly and then solid colour. So yeah, I'm thinking I might try and do that. Gin and Pin says, I'd love a Dior New Look suit. I think the ones I really like is called the bar suit, but I recently learned that the models were heavily corseted to get that shape. I would imagine so. Yeah, like tight lacing. Watching all these videos about corsets and stuff, tight lacing is quite a rare thing and quite an uncomfortable thing to do. I have been tight laced into a couple of corsets to get my waist down to 22 inches, but it was 24 inches to start with, so you know that wasn't too bad. But when you think about it, at the time there was no squidge there. I had no squidge anywhere, so that was quite uncomfortable tight lacing, because it was just muscle underneath. It was very little squidge to squidge in and smoosh around. And then when you think about it, like the other side of that is that women were kind of wearing corsets that were comfortably laced and then padding, padding the hips and the butt and then the bust and the shoulders. There was all this extra foof getting added there to give that illusion of the wasp waist, which might necessarily not have been tight laced down. But then Dior came along with that New Look suit, which is gorgeous. I think you're right. I think it's called the bar suit. I know which one you mean. Like the yeah, I know which, with the hat and the but yeah, I do like that look though. Carolyn says, good morning, day, evening, peeps. My phone always wants to change peeps to perps. That's good, because there are worse ones. Auto captions on YouTube change peeps to pubes, so perps is better. Sal, I wonder if that means that Big Brother has been listening in on our mannequin shenanigans. And said, keep the caftan. Nikki says, sorry I'm late, miss. My floofy overlord demanded I feed him first. Totally fine, Nikki. Get your priorities straight. Overlords come first. Caroline says, searching for fabric now, ready for payday, and a bigger white Ruth. Oh yeah, no. Because Ruth was a mini dragon, wasn't he? But he's obviously bigger than the dragonettes. So yeah. Teresa says, I thought I was going to miss this completely, but at least insomnia has some perks. Oh, good morning, Teresa. I'm sorry it's so early for you. Okay. I've got another one. There is another one. I love this. These are all knit pieces. I got rid of a couple of the wardrobe patterns, knit wardrobe patterns before. I really like this look on her. Am I ever going to wear this? Am I ever going to wear this? I'm never going to wear that. I'm always worried that these are going to look weird on me because of my butt. Kathleen's saying, nah. I think it needs to go in the think about it pile. Especially as I kept that other one. Alex is here. Hi, Shining Peeps. Hi, Alex. How are you, my lovely? I am going to send you those measurements that we talked about for Chiana's harness. I am just useless and have not got around to it yet. Marion says, nope, go. Teresa says, it really looks gorgeous. I see, this is the thing. I think they have styled it really well. I really like this, but I'm not going to wear those trousers. I would make wider leg trousers. No. Next up, this is a definite keeper, Simplicity 8419. 100% going to make one of these for covering up at the poolside, probably with something ridiculously expensive and flouncy. It's going to look awesome. So the difference is this one is just for the cardigan. This one has more flair. This one has a lot more flair in it. I'm going to keep this one. I recommended this one as a dupe for a Bayan cardigan that was like £1,200. I am going to keep this one. There is more flair in it from the waist down. Keeping. Cotton and Chalk, the drape cardigan. Again, I really like this. I had a load of cardigans like this I had like the one in every color, and they were super lightweight jersey material, and I loved wearing them. I think I'm going to keep that one. And then, oh no, not finally. We've got 2 Zandra Rhodes. I love this. I love this so much. This is for like silk chiffon, royal, crepe de chine, crepe back satin, charmeuse. You know, this is for ridiculously expensive fabrics. I would only ever wear this by the pool or on holiday in the evenings to waft around in. Yeah, keeping that. Sorry, I was reading Teresa's comment. Would the center one emphasize the hips? Yeah, I think it probably would. I don't need that. I am keeping this. And then last week somebody said that I should have Vogue 1551. I already do. And it is glorious. Again, this would be, I like how she's wearing it actually. I would probably put knee-high boots on with it. But I like this, so that's staying as well. See, I'm getting there. Trousers next. I think we're going to have some fights about some of these as well for me being ridiculous. Oh, okay. So trousers. Trousers. Okay, we're actually going to do the rest of this. Okay. This category is small. Shorts. I'm not getting rid of these. It's unlikely that I will ever make these for myself. I love them on everybody else, but I don't like my legs. So I used to have a pair of French Connection denim shorts. In fact, I had 3 pairs. One was dark navy, one was dark denim, one was light denim, one was some denim trousers that I'd actually had cropped so that they were shorts. I loved them. I used to wear them all the time. They were really easy to go to work in because I had to wear 2 pairs of tights when I was at Playboy. You had to wear a flesh coloured pair of tights and then black tights over the top. That was to help make your legs look better, and it did. So I used to wear these shorts all the time because they were easy to slip on and off over these to then go to work. Because getting those tights on and getting them comfortable was a lengthy process, and I didn't like doing it in the changing room, so I did it at home, put the shorts on, then walked to work, came back. Anyway, I'm not getting rid of these. And then this is the Simplicity kind of issue of this 1940s pattern, and I'm not getting rid of this either. I'm more likely to make these ones than I am these ones, and I'm probably, if I make these ones, I will lengthen them, but I'm not getting rid of either of those. So that was quick. Next, we have my jeans patterns. And again, there's going to be some controversial decisions in here. Let's see. Where did I get to with the chat? Kathy says, good morning, Sean and Peeps. Hello, Kathy. Debbie says, Mark has just bought me tea and bacon sandwich. Yum. Alex says, no rush on the measurements. I hope she feels better. She is not too bad. Thank you, Alex. Nimue says, I'm back. Welcome back, Nimue. Was lunch yummy? Gay says, love your outfit today. Please remember that as you get older, you do change shape in some ways. Also, whatever shape you are loved. Yes. Yes, that is what I am trying to get into my self-sabotaging brain. But thank you for reminding me. Marianne says, gorgeous. Alex says, get rid of some 20 out of 100 patterns that I won't use. It's not easy. I might be a closeted pattern hoarder. There's nothing closeted about this. I am a pattern hoarder, Alex, so I totally feel you. Kathleen says, the Zandra Rhodes is gorgeous. Jacqueline says, I love the Zandra Rhodes. Debbie says, I've got that Zandra Rhodes one. Karen says, good morning, Shannon Peeps. I was talking about you earlier, Karen, with your very lovely gift of my only African wax print that I'm still terrified to use. But good morning, Karen. Thank you for joining us. Caroline says to Debbie, aren't we lucky with our marks? Kathleen says, knee-high boots with a beach cover-up. These ones are not intended to be just beach cover-ups. I've just labeled them as cover-ups. These ones would be worn. They're knit fabric, so they'd be too hot for by the pool anyway for me. It was just, I just labeled it cover-ups. Sorry, I was confusing the issue. Debbie says to Caroline, oh, we are. Natalie says, keep the Zandra Rhodes. Yeah, no, not getting rid of the Zandra Rhodes. Jacqueline says, the Zandra Rhodes is a clear winner. Alex says, I think you look very sexy in the Deer and Doe shorts. Oh, thank you, Alex. I think I would be too self-conscious in them to look sexy because I'd just be... Sal says to Alex, as a man, I agree. Thank you, Sal. Claire says, pattern culling is a tough job. I don't have as many as you, but I did a session recently with do I have time to make all of these? It was hard, but really helped. Nimue says, lunch, very yummy. I included 3-color cauliflower. 3 colors cauliflower. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, Claire, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm planning on buying more. I have more than enough to keep me going for my entire lifetime. I don't need any more. But I'm trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about what I buy now, because I could easily put way more than 16 patterns in my Something Delightful cart. I'm waiting to check that out when I get paid. I could easily have done that, but I'm trying to be a bit more thoughtful about things. So this is the jeans portion of the pattern collection. There are some in here that I'm not going to get rid of, even though I have very firmly stated that I do not want to wear skinny jeans. These are the saffron pants from Deer and Doe. I have actually bought stretch faux leather to make these. I bought it in burgundy and black. These remind me of the disco pants from American Apparel, which I had. I am not getting rid of these. As we've established, I am a Deer and Doe fanatic and I want all of their patterns. I want to make these. I want to wear these. They would totally fit in with the Pirate Capsule collection. I would think they would look fabulous. I'm so worried that because they need fabric with 20 to 30% stretch, that I would end up with all of my cellulite showing. And again, that's my own issue, nobody else's. Yeah, but I'm keeping these. I'm also keeping the Morgan jeans. And I'm keeping the ginger jeans, even though I said I'm not going to make these because I don't like how I look in skinny jeans at the moment. I'm keeping all of these. They were expensive to start with, and I'm not ruling out wanting to make them in the future because my ideas of what I like and my style will change and evolve over time. We all know that, so keeping all of those. I also have the Jenny overalls and trousers. I bought them for the trouser section. Really like this. I'm thinking that actually maybe this is something that I need to make sooner rather than later. Very much like that. They're all staying. These next ones, I featured these in a Get the Look for Less video. I love them. I particularly like the color blocking opportunities that you have with these. I would probably end up kind of filling it out there and taking a little bit off of the flare there, which was kind of the entire point of these. But again, these are not going. Neither are these. I like this so much, I bought it in both size bundles. I needed, when I was placing my McCall's order last time, I did need to bump up the value to over $70. So I thought, you know what, I like these, I want to try it. This is going to fit the waist, this is going to fit the hips, I'm going to smoosh them together. They're either going to look awful on me or they're going to look fabulous on me. I really like the yoke detail on them. I think that's really nice. So they're staying. Now, these ones can go. These are very 90s. They are low slung. They are early 2000s. No, they can go. I've been holding on to these ones because I bought them as well, like one of my first ever orders from Something Delightful. And yeah. And I'm holding on to them because it's just an old order that I placed, so there's some sentimental value to them. But you know, I'm never going to make these things. Like these ones, they are super low slung. Somebody will like those. They're not for me. And then this final one, there is actually one that does come to the natural waist. You see, I did have a pair of these that the cuff was then turned back, and I used to wear those all the time. I wore them to death. So slightly better, but only goes up to a size 10. And currently my hip size puts me at size 20. So I'm 5 sizes out on that, so they can go. So 3 pairs of jeans have gone. Not the 3 that you were expecting, probably. I mean, you're going to have a really... I have got rid of some indie patterns, but you're going to have a really tough time selling me on getting rid of lots of indie patterns. Let's put it that way. Okay, we are now on to the trouser portion. I am going to go and get myself a hot chocolate, though. I have my machine down here, so just turn you around. You can see the chaos that is my sewing room. I haven't done any hemming at all. I think that's one of the reasons I kind of lost my sojo at the moment, is because I have to make this simplicity shirt that I'm really worried I'm not going to like how it comes out, so I'm putting off making that. I also need to make the video to go along with these. Dad's laser level is broken, so I'm going to have to buy a new laser level because I need to know if the laser level works. I'm hoping that I'll be able to test it out and see if it works. And if it does, keep it, and if it doesn't, then send it back, which is terrible. But we'll see, because Dad doesn't want a laser level. I did offer to replace it for him if it was useful for him, but he doesn't ever want one again. So yeah, yeah, I'm putting things off. I really want to start on my Savannah collection, but I need to do this first and those, and I don't want to do those things, so I'm putting everything off, which is ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. I'm aware how ridiculous I am. My brain is very strange. So noisy. So yeah, this has been particularly shit for the last 2 weeks. Loads of people kept saying in the comments, I'm sorry, the pain's back. The pain never goes. The pain is always there. I try not to whine about it too often because I'm aware. I'm just going to add a little bit more water. Oh no, I'm out of water, so I need to fill that up. I am aware that listening to somebody whine about how much pain they're in constantly, and again, I'm not talking to anybody else because I know there are lots of people that are dealing with chronic pain in the comments in here today, and I'm not. This is not aimed at you, and I am in no way saying that this is what you do. This is what I do. Dad especially points out to me how irritating it is when I constantly bang on about how much pain I'm in. Let me turn you back around. So yeah, no, when people were saying I'm so sorry, the pain's back, it was just like, the pain never goes away, never. I wish it did. That's what's so sucky, is that it's just constant. But this last 2 weeks, it's been particularly, awful. So yeah, last week I spent most of it asleep. This week I spent most of it watching Chiana. So I've had an impromptu 2 weeks off, really, except for these weekend hangouts, but I'm really looking forward to these because I enjoy spending time with you guys and I enjoy doing this. It's taking me so much self-control to not come down and do this before this weekend. So yeah, there was a point to that random waffle. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I really want to start on my Savannah collection. I really want to start sewing that up, but I need to get these other things done first. And it's got to the point where I am just not doing anything because the thing I want to do, I'm saying to myself, I can't do because I have to do these other things. But I don't want to do these other things because they're going to be slightly difficult. So I have a stupid brain. I have a very stupid brain. Let's see. Where did I get to? Alex says to Sal, hi Sal, hope you're okay. And we should just style Sean, me and you. I think that would be quite interesting, actually, having other people style you to see what kind of outfits they put you in. I remember I did my best friend's makeup once and she did mine because she hated how I did my makeup on me and I wanted to do more glam makeup on her. And it was really interesting because neither of us looked very good in the other person's makeup because we have very different facial features and stuff, and we were both convinced that we were right. And we never tried to do that to each other again. But it was quite interesting. It was just, I was convinced that she'd look really good in mine and she the same. So, and it didn't work at all, but that's makeup, which is obviously facial features, which makes sense. But yeah, clothing wise, I'd be interested to see how different people would style me for sure. Maria says, good morning from Long Island, New York. We are having a tropical storm instead of a hurricane. Hooray. Oh, you poor things. I think it's called Henry. Is that right? Natalie says that's great news. Gin and Pins, are we going to see the Ginger Jeans going? I spent too much money on them. They're going to stay. I may change my mind in the future. Ange says, oh, I love the Abby McCalls. The yoke was great for fitting my tummy tire. See, that's, yeah, I was worried it might emphasize mine, but that's good to know. Thank you, Ange. Claire says, me too. Taking time to think about the whole wardrobe, taking your idea with choosing fabric design with a fabric designing around that piece has helped too. Are you going to organize a KB swap soon? If I do, it will be a Christmas one and I'm not sure. But I'm glad that you found the kind of Savannah collection helpful, Claire. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting started on it. And I might just, you know what, I might just start and do a piece just so that I've started, so that I can then be more refreshed to do the things that I don't want to do. So yeah. Joanne says, hello, I'm late to the party, been out this morning. How is Chi? Chi is very good, thank you. She's not perfect. She's still not 100%. She's still not in the window. She was in the window earlier. She's on the bed now. So she's not 100%, but you know, she's had fairly major surgery. So, you know, I know it's a routine surgery, but you know, having bits of your insides taken out is not like a minor thing either, is it? Kathleen says, have you made hats? I am searching for a newsboy cap pattern, not a flat cap. The only found oversized caps and have a big head. Any suggestions? Vogue 9044. I think I moved it. It's over here. I am going to be doing a sew along for it. I have actually made one, and EB, and it came out, the outer was bigger than the lining, so I had to pleat it in, and I didn't like how that looked. So I'm going to go back and see if I made a mistake when tracing. But yeah, 9044, and there will be a sew along coming for that in the colder months because I'm going to be making them out of wool. So in the middle of summer, I don't want a wool hat. But I did really like the style. It just it's either something funky with the pattern or I chased the wrong sizes. Karen says, indie patterns are so precious. I would argue that they're an investment, so hanging on to them is completely reasonable. Yeah, the only one I've got rid of so far, I think, is the toaster sweater from Sew House 7, because I've just tried so many times and it's not for me. And I've traced the size that I am. Yeah, it's just not for me. Karen says, I really love the dress that you're wearing today, especially the fabric you chose. It looks beautiful on you. Thank you very much. It is actually a top and trousers, and all of the details are linked in the description down below. Teresa says, I found whenever I lose my sojo, I usually due to being scared to do something, hating the part of the process I'm on, or messy room where I can't find things. Yeah, I think I'm just stuck because I know I need to do something and I don't want to do it. I want to do something else, but I feel like I have to do the thing before I can start the other thing. And I know how to get my sojo back. So yeah, but totally agree with you. Getting stuck on certain things is what holds me up as well. Nimue says, nothing wrong with holding on to something you like in the past and may like again. Never used to wear skinny jeans until about 4 years ago. I hadn't even lost a lot of weight at that point. Jen and Pin says, I have some duck egg blue faux leather to make a mini skirt when I reduce my tummy. Won't need it until next summer. That sounds very pretty though. Ange says, I was at risk of losing my sojo at the end of some tailored pants toiling. Again, body figure issues. Enough said. So jumped back in with chopping up bright print scuba. Works every time. Nice. Caroline says, sweetie, we appreciate that you're honest about the pain. I'm sitting hugging a hot water bottle in August because my ribs still hurt. Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, there's nothing worse than needing heat when it's hot. And it's just like, gets to the point where it's like, the pain is worth the sweating. But I hope your ribs are getting better. Poor Caroline. Marianne says, whining about your pain is allowed when you have a bad period. I have chronic pain in my hip, lower back and right leg, so I understand. Thank you. And yes, I think the same thing. It's been a particularly bad 2 weeks. Particularly bad, but one of those things. Julie says, I'm going to see if my new Birdstyle magazine has come. Ooh, nice. Teresa says, constant pain is very difficult life. I am very sorry. I know you aren't asking for sympathy, but you have it nonetheless. Thank you very much, Teresa. Everyone's understanding is wonderful, and you guys are very, very good to me, and I appreciate it because it's very nice to be able to talk about it every now and again. I did, when it first started happening, Mum was asking me every day, that was the mug, not me. Mum was asking me every day how I was, and it was becoming quite a burden because I was having to tell her how I was. I was either going to have to lie or tell her how I was. And I was having counselling at the time because I was in a very dark place, depression-wise as well. So, very dark place. And I was talking to my counsellor, and he said, you know, sit down with your mum and just say to her, look, I really, really appreciate this, that you are concerned with my welfare, and I really appreciate that you are taking the time to ask me these things, but it is a daily reminder of something that I'm already aware of and is already not great. And either having to lie to you about it, get passive aggressive about it, or tell you the truth and see that you're upset by it is becoming an extra thing that I'm having to deal with. And I just sort of said to her, look, I appreciate it. I'm going to take it as written that you care, but please stop asking me how I am daily because it's not helpful. Like, you know, maybe ask once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. And Mum found that really difficult to hear and then she felt like she couldn't talk to me for a while because she was worried about saying the wrong thing to me and upsetting me. And I thought I'd phrased it the way that the counsellor phrased it to me. I thought I'd been really good about the way that I'd, because I wasn't trying to say that Mum was, you know, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just trying to say, look, you know, for my mental health, I need to not have to verbalize every day what's going on. And you know, we ended up having another talk about it, and I think I explained myself slightly better the second time. But yeah, having you guys being understanding, and I know, Teresa, you're saying I'm not asking for sympathy, and I'm not. It is one of those things, like, as I say, I know there's loads of you who live with chronic pain as well, and it's just one of those things, and it gets to a point where you stop talking about it because you can't just keep saying the same thing day in, day out. That, yeah, it hurts. So you guys being as understanding with me as you are being, and the sympathy is much appreciated. And like I say, I know you said, I'm not asking for it. I'm not saying poor me, give me, but it is very nice to receive it every now and again. So thank you, and thank you for putting up with me. And yeah. Anyway, let's see. Somebody says you're practicing avoidance behaviors for destashing my patterns. Yes, I am. Kathleen says, thanks for the hat pattern. I'll look it up. No worries. Christine says, bonjour, Sean and the peeps. Having breakfast with my grandchildren. Oh, how lovely. Marie says, by the way, love the fabric you're wearing. What is it? This is a viscose from Stitch Fabrics. I'm really sorry. I bought 5 meters. Mum liked it. I bought her the last 4 meters. It's in her stash, and no, you can't have it. She won't even give it to Dad, and he loves it. He wants it for a shirt. So no. Charlie says, just wanted to say I would procrastinate if I could find the energy. Lol, love that, Charlie. Vintage G says, do you think you will do any sew-alongs for a dress soon? I just put up on Patreon for like garment types that people wanted to see. So tops, outerwear, dresses, skirts, and loungewear. I didn't include trousers because I'm not ready to do sew-alongs for trousers yet. I'm still working out how to do that myself. And dresses got 0 votes. 0 votes. So not for a while. I have a lot of dress sew-alongs up already. There are some dresses that I want to do coming soon, some Vogue dresses. There's 4 Vogue patterns that I've been obsessing over for ages, and I really want to do those. And I think I'm just going to do sew-alongs for them because well, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to make them first, and if I like them and you guys like them, then I might just do a sew-along for them without having to be voted on. But sew-alongs are a Patreon perk that you guys get to see eventually, but they are a Patreon perk. So dresses were not voted for. We got 0 votes, which was surprising to me. So probably not for a little while. The next couple will be tops. Jan says, people who don't have chronic pain have a hard time wrapping their head around it. Yes, agreed. I up until 3 years ago, I had no idea at all. And it sucks that I now understand to a minimal degree. I know that there is people that are living with way worse than I am, but pain is pain, as somebody once said to me. If you're living with it, pain is pain. So yes, but yeah, no, I just never experienced anything like this before, and really hope that I can get it sorted out with the surgeries and stuff that they say are coming, but my next appointment's not till November. Fun times. Anyway, Ash says, appreciate you being vulnerable enough to share the good and the bad. To be taken into someone's confidence is a privilege. You draw boundaries where you see fit. Love and support. Thank you, Ange. And yeah, I mean, some of the reason that I've been talking about some of the stuff that I've been talking about recently is because I think it should be destigmatized and it should be talked about, and we shouldn't put things behind, like barriers of like, I'm ashamed of this, or this is embarrassing, or any of those things. I really believe that we need to talk about more things more openly to destigmatize them. And please believe me that I don't talk about anything I don't want to talk about with you guys. I'm like, if I ever do a video, and I get lots of times people are like, you don't have to justify yourself to us, or you don't have to explain, or you don't have to. It's like, I know I don't have to. I want to make this video. I'm fully autonomous. This is my channel. I can put out whatever I want whenever I want, to my either benefit or detriment sometimes. I don't have to do anything. I'm very aware of this, and if I ever make a video, it's not because I'm trying to justify myself or trying to share more, or sharing more than I think I should, or answering questions that I don't want to answer. I am a big enough girl that I'm just like, if I don't want to answer your question, I won't. And most of the time I will tell you that as well, but I genuinely think that we need to be more open about a lot of things that have been kept quiet and not talked about for a very long time. So I've actually found it very helpful for me as well. Really, really helpful for me. So you guys are being like a mild form of therapy for me as well, which is brilliant. So thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for interacting with me the way that you do. It's all very, very much appreciated. Sal says, I have bad depression at the moment, so completely empathise with you. I can imagine being in another lockdown cell. That would definitely suck. So my thoughts are with you, and I hope you get to see your kids soon. Susan says, hi, Shine and Peeps from Adelaide. Good evening, Susan. And Caroline is sending hugs to Sal. Charlie says, I had some wristbands and would wear one each day so my family could see how the pain was without asking. We found it really helpful until I went to the highest level and it didn't change. Oh gosh, you poor thing. That's a really good idea, actually. That's a really good idea. I like that idea a lot. I'm so sorry that you're at the highest level of pain and are not getting any relief, you poor thing. Charlie also says, big love for everybody suffering right now. Yes, gentle hugs for everybody if they are tolerable. And I'm not a huggy person. Or at least I didn't think I was. And then everyone kept telling me how huggy I have been when they've met me. But I feel like I know you guys really well. So maybe it's just I don't like hugging people I don't know. Which makes sense. Like, who hugs people they don't know? Like, that is a greeting for a stranger you've never met before. I've always found like, oh no, my personal space, go away. But I suppose if you spent a lot of time talking to people online and you feel like you know them when you finally get to meet them. It's like when I got to meet Judy from Running So and So the other time, spent a lot of time, online with her passively and interactively, and getting to actually meet her, it was like, I feel like I know you already. So yeah. Julie says, yay, it has come. Oh, cool, enjoy. Jan has sent me $5. Thank you very much, Jan. That's very, very kind of you, with a little dancing dude. I like him very much. Julie says, wait, what's going on with the very serious talk? Just a brief interlude, Julie. Going back to patterns in a second. Johanna says, hello, everyone. Hello, my lovely. Jin and Pin says, I hate sewing my knitting up, which is what I'm doing today, but I won't let myself cast on anything new until it's finished. I also want to wear it when I see my mum next week. First time for 18 months. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. And yes, that's something that I need to do as well. That's why I'm not letting myself start the Savannah project yet, because I need to get these things done that I don't want to do. So it's yeah, I'm trying to look at it as as soon as you do these things, you can start the thing that you want to do. Anyway, says, living with chronic issues is this balance between not wanting to constantly deal with other people's worries, pity, advice, but also wanting the restrictions coming with it taken seriously. Very well phrased, in a way. Totally. Yeah. Christine says, I sleep with wristbands for 4.5 years, worked too much, and now it's better. Oh, cool. Nimue says, it's not pain for me, but the muscle weakness in my wrists and ankles, but the bandage I wear for certain tasks are also very visible. Yeah. Yeah. Unsolicited pity, worrying advice can be frustrating. I'm trying to be polite. Charlie says, I have a friend who cannot bear being touched no matter how long she has known you. Some people just do not like hugs. Yeah, I always said I was not a huggy person. My friend Faye used to come and put her head on my shoulder and she'd be like, it's a Sean hug, which was lovely of her because she listened to me, respected my boundaries, and then worked out a way that worked for both of us for her to display her affection for me. I don't think Faye's here today, but she's been on the channel a couple of times whenever we go to London. I talk so much, this is actually drinkable. Right, trousers. God, we're 2 hours in and I've done what? I've done like a shelf. Who am I thinking I was going to get all this done? Well, mind you, actually, a lot of these dresses is going to be quite quick to go through, so maybe. 1772, they are staying. Love these. I am thinking if I have enough fabric, I actually, which I don't think I do, but I was actually thinking I might use my coral wool suiting for trousers, because I have the embroidered cotton for a skirt. I have the viscose for a dress and top combo, and I was thinking the wool suiting, I was going to make a 3/4 circle skirt with it, but I might try and make some wide leg trousers with it because I think they'd be awesome. And it's it's still available, so I could get a little bit more if I need a little bit more, and I really like these. These ones, I think they've done a terrible job with the construction and pressing of the one on the, I can't believe that they photographed this and thought that was good. I mean, I don't know what they've made it up in. The fabrics they recommend: wool, gabardine, crepe, linen blends. I think that is atrocious. I think that needs a damn good pressing. And whoever decided that this was a good thing to put on the cover of their pattern needs a serious talking to. But I love the actual trousers. I think they are stunning, and I think they'd fit me, and I think they'd suit me. So I want to make those soon. Does anyone else have issues with the look of that garment? I can't believe they thought that was a good one to put on the cover of a. Yeah. Hot chocolate. Julie says, for me, it's depression. Yeah, that's another one that's really difficult, isn't it? That having your family deal with you appropriately. And again, that's just not the right wording. But yeah, many hugs for you too, Julie. Natalie says, sorry, since your Zandra Rose pattern, I have slipped into a Zandra Rose rabbit hole. Does anyone know if her IKEA up-and-coming collab includes fabric? Didn't know there was an up-and-coming collab. How exciting. I have no idea about the question, but yeah. Charlie says one shelf is still an achievement. And given the amount that I've waffled with you guys, I think I'm doing pretty good. And look how many patterns I've got rid of so far. This is impressive. Okay, next up, 1685. Love these. Want to make the culotte version. I really like the long trouser version as well, but I really like that it kind of looks like a split skirt with that pleat in the front there, or that really crisp detailing there. Love. Want to make these ones. I bought this as much for the shirt pattern as I did for the trousers. I really want to like this trouser shape. I don't know if it's going to look good on me or not. I made the Deer and Doe Sirocco trousers, which are, you know, kind of voluminous over the hips and then fitted right through to the ankle. And I like those on me. So I'm thinking I might like these on me. I also love the sleeves on this. I don't know if I'm ever going to make this, but I do want to make these. Is that staying? This is a fairly new purchase as well. These ones I want to love. I do love the style. I want to love them on me. I think these might be good for me because they are fairly full-legged, but then they're bringing in the details at the ankles, which is a look that I like. And if they don't work on me like this, I can always release this detail and see what they look like. I really want to try these. These ones, it's another Claire Schaefer. The instructions for this are seriously couture. There is a lot of hand sewing in these. I think it's gorgeous. These would be great for a wedding outfit, not just because they've made them in white, but like, you know, it looks kind of like it's a trousers with an overlay. The actual trouser shape itself is really nice as well. Want to try this soon. This is another one that I bought for the trousers, not necessarily the trench coat, although I do like the overcoat. Let's show you the line drawings. I think they are lovely, really, really nice, and I do like that one on her. So they're staying. Jojo's here. Morning all. Hope you're well. Good morning, Jo. Well, good afternoon, Jojo. Thank you for joining us. Ange says, on the Rachel Comey Divide pants envelope is shocking, but the ones on her website are great. I shall have to have a look at the ones on the website because that envelope really is bad. Gin and Pin says 2 hours in and I've set both sleeves, going to take a break from it now. Well deserved. Teresa says hot chocolate is my kryptonite. That's why I've put my machine down here, because if I decide that I want a hot chocolate, I've got to go a long way to go and get it. But I love this. I'm happy. Probably got hot chocolate all around my mouth as well. Fun times. Julie says more than 16 this time round. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 3 more to go before I can buy those new 16 patterns. Well done, Julie. Catherine says, in many cases, I actually prefer a drawing rather than the photo on the pattern envelope. Although the proportions are off, I can get a better idea of what the garments are like. Yeah, I didn't used to do this before. I've now started going into every single pattern when they release new patterns and looking at the line drawings, because I just tend to ignore the this. Because looking at the line drawings, like you can get a much clearer image of what's going on, and hopefully with the line drawings the proportions are correct, whereas the illustrations, Vogue are usually the one, yes, whereas the illustrations can sometimes be a bit misleading. Let's see. Marianne says, maybe a stupid question, but for how long will this go on? Have been tracing on the dining table for a while, and this is not a good height for my back hip. Oof, ouch. I have to finish at 3 today, so 2 more hours, just under 2 more hours. We are going out at 3, which is why I started earlier today. So 2 more hours of me waffling at you. So maybe try and do something that is not hurting your back. Even if that means that you have to just take us somewhere else or listen to us or something, but look after yourself, Marianne. Lottie says, I think move the one to shirt pattern section. Move which one to the shirt pattern section? This one. It's the trousers that I want more than the shirt. I do like the shirt though. Next up, these were part of my pattern swap from Melanie. They are the Palisade pants from Paper Cut Patterns. And again, I think that they will either look fabulous on me or look utterly terrible. But I love the pockets, so they're staying. Okay, these ones, don't judge me. They were only available as a PDF before, and I have the PDF. And then she released the new branding, and she has changed this pattern, because before it was only quite short as well because of the size of the pattern pieces, but she's rejigged it so that the pattern pieces aren't quite so voluminous and made them longer. So I bought the paper pattern as well, the Tanya culottes. I have made 1 pair of these, but I actually made the short version and I added it to a by hand London and a bodice for a jumpsuit that I never wore because it was short. I wanted to wear tights with it, but because it was a jumpsuit, I couldn't wear a slip, so my tights stuck to the cotton and it was just an uncomfortable situation. So that got donated a very long time ago, but I want to make more of these. Ooh. Version 3, 60-inch wide fabric. Might have enough of my coral wool suiting for my Savannah collection, because then it would look like a skirt, but it would be trousers. That's an idea. I also got, at the same time, the Flint trousers. I have not made these yet. Really want to give those a go. Like this a lot. This is all Rachel's fault. The Ultimate trousers, I have seen her versions, and I would want to raise them up so that they actually were on my waist, like this implies. They actually don't, they're just below the waist, but Lisa Comfort has a blog post on how to make these high-waisted. So this is all Rachel's fault. I was thinking about maybe using this pattern for some of the cotton drill I have from Lady McElroy, possibly even the one that I have in this print. This was from South Africa. It's the Heron culottes. This is why I've not bought the Helen's Closet culottes pattern, Winslow culottes, because I think this is very similar. This was from Jessica. I think I've got that right. I hope I have. Jessica was part of my pattern swap, and this is a South African pattern company. Afternoon patterns. And there were quite a few that I liked, but I gave Jessica a list and she gave me these ones. So they're staying. I'm going to put these away. Okay. So 4192 is what I'm wearing today. They are trousers. So I have actually just squared off the ends because this is the culotte version, this is the full length version, squared off the ends, and I've actually raised it up so that they sit on my waist. I had to add a little bit to the crotch depth to get that to happen. I'm really pleased with these. I like these a lot. Go with my hunter tank. I'm just going to, so yeah, they tie at the front. There's basically two pieces that just, one wraps around the front, one wraps around the back. You tie them in a bow, and yeah, I like these a lot. And as you guys say, it looks like a kilo wrap dress or wrap jumpsuit, but it is a separates. This is out of print. There is the 6565, which is basically the same pattern as this, but this one has a bikini top and a t-shirt pattern in it, and this one is just the cover up and the wrap trousers. I haven't made this one, but I believe it's pretty much the same as this one, but this is out of print. So 6565 from New Look instead of the Simplicity 4192. They are listed in the description down below, and there is another recommendation for a different pattern because, as I say, this is out of print. But these are staying because I love these. And I had the 4192 and somebody bought me the 6565 and I didn't write their name on the pattern, so I've forgotten who it was. I do apologise. Right, here we go. We've got some vintage patterns next, which again, you're going to have a hard time talking me out of keeping. This is the 3688. I really love the top and the skirt and the trousers from this. I don't love the jacket, only because I prefer my jackets to be cropped at the waist because I want to highlight and emphasize my waist as much as possible. But yeah, that's staying. Where do we get to with the chat? Christine says, by the way, you look lovely, Sean. Thank you very much. And says, the new Joust pants version, Vogue 1704. I love the shape, but the toiling took its toll on me. But the Vogue 1729 is beautiful and easy alter pants. Nice. Natalie says, IKEA Zandra collab goes live on the 24th of August. Very good knowledge. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Charlie says, the new IKEA Zandra Rhodes collection is coming in September and is called Karamastisk. The PR has been all about colour and patterns, so I'm hoping it will include fabrics. The first item is her take on the IKEA bag. Ooh, hopefully they do include some fabrics then. And Natalie says, thank you to Charlie. Sandra says, I agree about looking at the line drawings. Charlie says, glad to have helped Natalie. Sal says, YouTube just gave me a notification that Kittenish Behaviour has gone live. I'm off to watch. Bye. It sends me a notification as well, and I'm not even subscribed. Crystal says, hi from Fortuna, California. Good morning, Crystal. Rachel says, heard her name being mentioned. She's very busy creating. We're having a sewing afternoon. I recommend the Flint and the Herons as I've made them both. Judy. Cool. Thank you. Oh, Rachel, I've halfway through watching your capsule collection, the 7974 that you're going to make with the boat fabric from Lady McElroy. Have a look at raising the front neckline, because if you don't, it literally is like here. It's very low cut. So yeah, have a look at just raising up and putting a couple of extra, like 2 inches I'm adding to mine over the top of it. It won't quite look like the pattern, but unless you're planning on wearing like a lacy camisole or vest underneath it, it is unbelievably low cut. So yeah, I meant to comment that, but I was only halfway through watching, and then I had to come down and start this because I started watching. I was like, yeah, I've got time. Then it was like, oh, I've only got 10 minutes to actually get down there and set up. I need to stop. So that's as far as I got on your current video, Rachel. But yeah, and yes, it was all totally your fault for buying those ones. So next is another 1940s pattern, 8243. Again, I really like the trouser shape. It might even be the exact same trouser shape, quite possibly. And I really like the shirt in this one as well. I like that shirt a lot, actually. And the waistcoat on this, again, is probably one that I wouldn't make just because it's too long for my personal preferences, but I'm going to keep that. These are some knit trousers. Do I have a knit trouser? No, because I don't think I've got very many. I love these. I really, really want to make them. I would probably make them in a darker color like this, but then put like the bright red stripes down there with the. I love these. I love these so much. And it actually comes with a polo neck as well. I hadn't realized that. The t-shirt pattern's in there as well, which has a funky little detail on the front. Like this a lot. That's staying. As are these ones. I love these trousers. I would not put that pocket on. I would put the other, like the pockets of the waistband on and do the turn-ups and wear it very similarly to this. This is also very similar to the Cali shirt, Closet Core Patterns Cali shirt. I probably wouldn't make this shirt because I don't like the high-low hem of it at that height. But I do love those trousers, so they're staying. Simplicity 8457, the Amazing Fit. I haven't tried an Amazing Fit pattern, but I want to, so they're going to stay. Where did I get to with the chat? Charlie says, your clothes are even lovelier today, but they always look great. Thank you. Teresa says, they do look gorgeous on you, but then maybe that's just you. Oh, thank you. I do think these trousers are very flattering, so yeah. Ange says, good tip on the McCall's 7974. I do talk about it in my pattern review, and I have done a sew along for that pattern as well. But yeah, it's very low cut. Very low cut. Noelia says, hi Sean, joining late as have been watching Rachel's capsule collection video. I love her choices of fabric and patterns. I haven't watched all of it. Like I say, I've just got halfway through, but yes, so far I'm loving her choices too. The Bike Who says, I agree with the 7974 changes to avoid being cleavage-tastic. Yeah, I mean, if I liked wearing plunge bras, then I totally could have gotten away with that dress. Or if I was planning on wearing that dress with things underneath it, like the mustard version, if I'd made a bishopy sleeved, big collared shirt to go underneath it, I think it would look amazing. I've actually donated the All Over Roses, the first two that I made, the shorter ones. I've still got the maxi one because I've raised the neckline up on that. And when I make it again, and I have plans to make it again with a border print, I can't wait to make that one, which is part of the Pirate Capsule collection. I'm going to raise it up even more, like I say, to 2 inches above where it is, because it's just, I mean, I've got nice boobs. I keep telling you guys this, but for me, it is a little bit too much like, hello, here's my bra. So yeah, but again, I mean, Rachel may be planning on wearing hers very differently. So there, you do you. You do you. Debbie says, I love how Mimi G embraces her curves. Yes, she looks fabulous. And she looks fabulous because she feels fabulous. And that woman could wear a sack and feel fabulous. Could look fabulous in a sack kind of thing. But she, yeah, that's the thing. She loves how she looks and embraces it and dresses accordingly and looks amazing in it. And it's the confidence that works. She is a very beautiful woman as well. That also helps. Jan says, I have 8342 and I love it. Have I read the number wrong? 8342. Do you mean this one? Love this one too. Nimue says, I got the Mimi G knit trousers in a magazine and was mostly disappointed that the top wasn't included. Hopefully they will do that in the future. Ah. This definitely says it has a top in there. I'm surprised you didn't. Oh, that's annoying. Very annoying. Rachel Lynn says, good morning. Good morning. Teresa says, have you sewn your own bras? Not yet. Again, I have a ridiculous thing. I want the pattern to tell me which underwires to buy, and the ones that I have don't. And I've asked Liz from Liz Sews for advice on this, and she did give me advice. And the other thing is as well that I know my first pancake is going to be shit. sorry, excuse my French, it's going to be bad. It's going to happen. It's one of those things. It's not going to be perfect out of the gate. I'm going to need to practice at it. But I want it to be good right from the get-go. So I've got this stupid thing where it's because it's going to be hard, I've not even started, but unless I start, it's not going to get any easier. So no, I have not made my own bras yet, but I plan on doing so. Dee says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dee. Charlie says, being comfortable in an outfit is essential. Definitely. Dee says, love what you're wearing. Thank you very much, Dee. Hunter tank, wraparound trousers, Vian cardigan, all linked in the description down below. I am prepared today. Right, these are the Simplicity 9146. Somebody recommended these to me because they have a panel down the side here, which is something that I really wanted because I have some rayon that has an embroidered panel, and I want to put the embroidered panel down the side of both of these trousers. And this is the pattern that the person recommended for me. So keeping that. This is, I think, a new to me pattern, 8389. I really like this. It's really basic. I probably didn't need this in my stash. I'm going to keep it because I can see myself wearing it. This one, Butterick 6178, I got with Love Sewing magazine. Everybody in there, everybody made these. And I like that there's different levels of fullness. You can have no pleats, few pleats, loads of pleats. I need to make these. I would make them full length trousers probably, but really like those. That's staying. This one, 3680. I think this was, somebody sent me this as a gift. I didn't buy this. It might have come from Mum's friend. I'm going to get rid of this one because it's not my style. So that one can go. 7131. Karen, the very lovely Karen, if she's still here, sent me this as part of our pattern swap. And Karen spoiled me rotten. I got like a giant stash of patterns from her at Christmas. It was amazing. And I only sent her the ginger jeans in an ebook. I felt really bad. I had made the ebook into like a physical book and bound it and laminated it for her. But I did feel bad that I got so spoiled, and I'd kind of, yeah. But then again, also Karen had stuck to the budget and had gone nuts from her own stash as gifts, and then also Joanne's were having a sale. But sorry, anyway, that was a very long-winded way of saying thank you to Karen if she's still here. But this is the 7131. I've made these once. I didn't make the crotch depth quite deep enough for me, but I love them. And I am planning on making more from the linen chambray, obviously in the Savannah linen chambray, but I just happen to have this by my side here. And I probably will use that one for this as well. View E takes about 3 meters of fabric, so I should get away with that, but love these. Now these ones, I'm not going to get rid of them. They're staying. I've no idea when I'm going to make them. I really want to make these soon, but it's going to be the wrong time of year. These are a summer pair of trousers. Look at all those ruffles. Look at them. Look, look, look. I mean, these are very 70s. These are fairly reasonable. These are reasonable, but oh, look at the ruffles. There's actually a top that goes with this, which I have kept. Yeah, 7786, roughly trousers. Probably a floral viscose for a holiday, if not just to wear around London, because why not? Just have Wilson walk a couple of paces behind me like I have no idea who that crazy lady is. But ruffles, they're staying. They are staying. How have I only got through like 2 shells? Okay. 7982. Again, I featured these in a Get the Look for Less, as you could use these for like a Pat Bow inspired pair of trousers. I really like these, again with the yoke in there. I think that's either going to be really flattering or terrible on me. I like the pegged version. I think that's the correct term for that. These are staying. And I have them in the larger size bundle as well, so they probably would fit me because the bigger hips is going to be covered in there. let's see. Where did we get to? Charlie says, laughing at the thought of making a bra being a learning curve. Yes, quite literally. Kathleen says, what is the Rachel capsule collection that you are referring to? Rachel from Stitched Up put up her video this morning of her capsule collection that she is intending to make for her holiday to Cornwall next month. Cecilia says, hello, lovely people. Hello, Cecilia. Nimoy says, the magazine I get has specific garments printed like Burda style. You rarely get all the sizes or everything in the bundle. It's a lot of patterns for a little money. Ah, okay. Rachel Lynn says, I've made the 8389 as shorts and pants. It's really simple and very comfortable. Cool. And Caroline says, I love the shape of the butterick culottes, but use the wrong fabric. Good to know. I think you need something with a bit of drape in it, don't you? Charlie says, hi, Kathleen. Look for Stitched Up making a holiday capsule collection on YouTube. Julie says, ruffles. And Charlie is laughing at Julie. Lottie says, roughly 70s pirate. Yes, definitely. Laurel says, good morning from Chicago, where I'm nursing a husband who broke his leg skydiving. The fibula, thankfully, not one of the larger bones. Oh, gosh, Laurel. He was, poor thing. Poor thing. Was it towards the beginning of because he was going for 10 days, wasn't he? Was it towards the beginning or was it at the end? Did he at least get some dives in before it happened? Charlie says, 2 whole shelves, well done, thank you. Lottie says, oh no to Laurel. And Julie says, good girl, Shan. Thank you. Right, McCall's 7661. Again, these are staying. I love these. They're staying. I really like this look, actually, with stripes down the side. I have no idea if that shape's going to suit me, but I like these a lot. They're staying. This is 7726. Again, this is going to be staying. I really want to try this one. It's got the fly front at the front. It's kind of like the Empire waist trousers, but it's paper bag at the top. So I'm going to be interested to see what that looks like on me. Then we have 7876, which was a pattern that I had dismissed, but then I saw somebody make it up and I actually really, really liked it on them. So it's more the trousers again. I do like the oversized blazer, believe it or not, having said that I only want jackets that come to here. Do like the oversized blazer. Don't think it will look good on me though, because it will just emphasize my biggest points without going in at the waist, but the trousers are nice, so that's staying. This one is a more recent purchase. Skirt, paper bag, waist, shorts and trousers. I think it's unfortunate the fabric they used to make up the sample. I want to give this a try. This is a fairly recent purchase. As you can see, it's the Sequoia. They've started naming their patterns. That's going to say, but I'm not sure that's going to be successful on me. This was with Love Sewing magazine, and I think this one can go. I like it, but I have other things like I've kept it for, I'm not enthused. And if I'm not enthused, I'm never going to pick it out to make it. This is again one of my older ones. I am never going to make this. I don't know what I was thinking at the time when I bought this either. That's not going to happen. 9319. I have done a sew along for this, and I really, really, really like the trousers and the top that I got out of it. I do need to lengthen the top even more, and the trousers were lovely, but unfortunately they don't fit. So I need to remake them. They don't fit me anymore. They fit at the time. I should clarify. They fit at the time. They don't fit me now. I've put on weight since then. Karen says, I'm still here lying in bed and trying to motivate myself to get up and do a bit of knitting. I love those ruffly pants and have them and will make them for sure. Nice. Linda says, could wear the jacket with a belt. Yes. There's a girl called Victoria from In the Fro, and she has this habit at the moment. She's tiny. She is absolutely tiny. And she's got this thing about wearing oversized blazers, and it looks sometimes amazing. Sometimes I personally think she takes it too far, and it looks like she's borrowed her dad's jacket, and I don't think that oversized looks good on her. I think it just looks like it's drowning her. But again, that's my opinion of her, and I never say that to her, and she's never going to see this. So, you know, I would never say that to her in the comments. But yeah, I think I'd want to try something like that on in the shop before I spent all the time making it to then be like, this doesn't really work for me. But yes, I see what you mean. If you belted the jacket, that is a look and can look quite nice. So possibly. Let's see. Kathleen says, thank you to Charlie. Linda says, oh, I love that Vogue jacket with the sleeves. This one, I do really like it. It comes to a size 10, the jacket I'm talking about. I do really like those sleeves and the jacket. But again, it's not me. The trousers are way too straight up and down and tight. I don't think I could get them to fit me or look good. And the jacket is just not me anymore. I think it was the jacket that I bought this from for, but yeah, it's, I love those sleeves. I do love those sleeves, but no. This one is 9320. I want to try these trousers. They have a faux fly front looking at them. Or maybe they don't. Maybe that's just they're trying to indicate that there's a crotch there. But they zip up at the back and are slightly empire line. We really want to try those ones. 7370. I made these. I've cut them out. I've cut the pattern pieces out. Oh, there's only maybe I have cut them out at the largest size, a 10, because there's only 3 sizes in there, and I have cut them out at the largest size, so that's good. So it is cut out at size 10. I made these myself, and I hadn't worked out what a facing was, and I put it on as if it was a waistband and didn't fold it under, so just left it as a waistband there, and then couldn't work out why you could see the interfacing, and it looked atrocious. But I wore them out. They look nice. And then I've then had another pair of these made in a really lovely black suiting that I still have hanging up in my wardrobe now, because it cost a fortune to have them made and it cost a fortune to buy that suiting. I made them in a green suiting, which I think cost a fortune, from John Lewis as well. And I wore them with my green patent Jimmy Choo boots. There's good associations with these. They're never going to fit. It is cut at the largest size, so somebody else. I'm going to keep these. There's good associations with these ones. And then the 9257. They're made beautifully, even if I say so myself. I mean, I think, you know, they're beautifully finished. And, you know, Rifle Paper Company pocket bags and stuff. They're just 2 inches too big, even after 2 muslins. And then the trouser legs themselves just look like clown pants. They're not great. So these are going to the charity shop. And I think that pattern, oh no! They've been in the windowsill. Is that just dust? Or is that actually, oh, it's just dust. I thought they'd got bleached in the window. But I think it is just dust. It's not, they've got bleached in the windowsill. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. So some poor bugger's going to have to dye those as well, because they're still going to the charity shop. I can't believe it. Wow. So don't leave your things directly in the sun. That's why my fabric is this side of the room, not in the window. Wow. That is bad. I think that pattern needs to go. Because it did me wrong. I'm never going to make the top from this either. I'm never going to make the top from this. Oh. But the muslin was so nice. I'm gonna keep that. Don't shout at me. Okay. Shelf number 3 is jumpsuits. Okay, where did we get to? So Lily Bells is here. Afternoon, everyone. Hi, Lee. How are you? Laurel says he did 5 jumps over 3 days and has some neat videos shot by the instructors, which the nurses at the hospital were eager to see. The 5th jump was when he mistimed the brakes and came down hard. Oh, gosh, poor thing. Oh, I hope he recovers soon. Charlie says to Kathleen, stitched up Rachel is always highly recommended. Agreed. Jojo says, remember to like the live, lovely people. Yes, please. There's 180 of us and 89 likes. 100 of you are slacking. Huh, okay. No. 91 of you are slacking. Oh, words are hard. Caroline says, 9320. I made the shorts last summer and loved them. Julie says, oh, I just found all of my hand sewing needles. Awesome. Lottie says, use the good association pattern envelope inside your wardrobe doors to decorate it. Possibly. Yes. Wilhelmine says, no, it is okay. Lottie says, evil, evil sun. Teresa says, the sun is such an enemy of fabric. Fiona says, hi there, everyone. I do love your outfit today. The tone of yellow looks on you really suits you. My plan of action today is to wash as much fabric ready for sewing some much needed separates. Good luck with that, Fiona. Wilhelmine says it is the fashion to work with different coloured denims. Yeah, somebody can do something with those. Kathleen says they bleached fast, didn't they? And Nimue says, wow, that bleaching happened fast. Wilhelmine says, just use them on parts. Julie says, let it go. I'm going to keep it because the muslin was promising. And I think maybe the combination of fabric was wrong. So, yeah. We always knew it was going to be difficult to talk me out of getting rid of some of these, though. Let's see. So, jumpsuits next. And jumpsuits. Okay. I'm just going to go down here. Gin and Pin says, have you seen Simplicity 1319 1950s jacket? Bought fabric to make, then decided it would be too difficult to match with anything else. Let's have a look. Don't need that one. Don't want that. Simplicity 1319 1319. 1319. Oh, I have seen that jacket. It's gorgeous. I might even have that jacket. It's really pretty. I especially like this one, which is probably surprising to none of you. Elise is here. Hi all, I'm watching from CT Connecticut, US, waiting for the wind to hit and knock out the power. Is Storm Henry, is that right? I hope it's as mild for you as it can be. I don't know if that's the correct or appropriate wish for somebody to go through a tropical storm, but I hope it's not too bad. Gin and Pin says, sorry, that was a pattern recommendation. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of patterns. What are you doing? Jane says, hi everyone, hand stitching binding on a quilt. Good luck with that, Jane. Enjoy. Dee says, I'll be making onesie-footed pajamas for my granddaughter today. Need to shorten the legs by 2 inches. Oh, so cute. And Nimori says, I'll be getting a lot of work done on my crochet blanket during this hangout, but I need more tea. Tea. Okay. Jumpsuits. The Margot from So La Di Da. Gorgeous. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. That's staying. And the Princess Bodice add-on for the Margot. So you can either do this bodice or that bodice, but they smoosh together. So they're staying. And then the Betty Jean. I love this. It's actually jumpsuit and romper. That's staying. Now and then beach pajamas. Funnily enough, that's staying. Vogue 1647. Bloody gorgeous. Need to make that. Staying. Holly jumpsuit. Never made it. Need to pull it out and make it. It's staying. The Josie playsuit and jumpsuit from the Craft Network sewing patterns. I really like that. This one particularly. That's staying. The Jane set, signed by Gertie. Funnily enough, that is also staying. And this is the Simplicity 7861, which is a pattern that I saw Nadia make up on Instagram in some banana print satin from Spotlight. And I know I've got some of that coming. It kind of got all the way to the UK and then got sent back to Australia. And this pattern I got from Etsy, and the seller would only send it within the US. So the very lovely Michelle let me have it sent to her, and then she sent it on to me. I paid for the shipping. And gosh, this one, love that. That's staying. Staying. Okay. Next up, another Simplicity 8447 vintage 40s pattern. Who doesn't need a shirt with a hood on it? This is the Rosie the Riveter overalls. I've seen a couple of people make these and I love them. I know I'm going to have to do quite a lot of adjusting to get the fit on me the way I want it, but I do like this, so that's staying. This one is gorgeous. Simplicity 9097. I love the jumpsuit one of this. Don't like the dress as much, but I do love the jumpsuit of this. This is very Zimmerman-esque. They did one in a purple velvet, which is gorgeous. This is a halter neck, which I don't love, but I would wear this with a shirt underneath of it of some description or another. Very Zimmerman-esque. Let me see if I can find a photo of that one for you. Come on. Zimmerman jump suit images. All the floral ones. Let's see if I put in, I know it was purple. Here we go. Okay. It's on Farfetch at the moment. Let's see if I can actually get the image up. So it's very dark. It's not exactly the same as the Mimi G one, but that would be how I'd want to wear it. But she can, that is fully got a full back on it as well. So I probably would try and alter the Mimi G one to have a full back on it, probably. But yeah, this would be how I'd want to wear it. And as I say, it's not exactly the same, but it is very similar. So that one's staying. This one, 8635, beach cover-up. Should this be in the beach cover-up, or should it be in jumpsuits? Because it is a jumpsuit. I love the back of this. I would not wear this without a bra on because of reasons. Doesn't have to have a, but the bit I like is the zigzaggy crossy back bit. I think that can stay, but it might not survive the next cull. I've got itchy eyelid. Where are we? Julie says, I don't like wearing jumpsuits, feel restricted and weird in them. I love how they look on other people. It's just not for me. I always love jumpsuits until you have to go to the bathroom in them. Jojo says, ooh, the Margot that I've previously gently nudged you to get cracking on so I can copy your homework. Yeah, sorry, I'm slacking. Actually, that might be possibly for maybe works for one soon. It's the fitting trousers that I'm procrastinating on. Alison says, hello Shining Peeps, I have your banana fabric as well as the QQ pattern swap. How is Chiana today? Yes, Alison has that parcel has been well travelled, hasn't it, Alison? It's been to the UK and back. Yes, stupid COVID lockdowns. Chiana's not too bad, thank you very much. How is Binks? Laurel says, Julie, I feel the same way about jumpsuits. Carol says, good morning from New York. Good morning, Carol. Julie says, oh, Laurel, thank you. I thought I was just weird. Lottie says, please can I request a sew along or full details for the adjustment when you make the Rosie the Riveter one, as I really want it, but know my skills are not up to the alterations needed. I'm not sure mine are, Lottie, but I will definitely take you along the process with me, be that as like epic failure and comedic, like, oh gosh, or look what I did, let's see how I did it. Debbie says, I have a ton of plissé in my stash, so may try a pair of full culottes for Rachel Maxey's secret pants. Good plan. Alison says, the problem I see with wearing jumpsuit is being diabetic. My sugar can at times be high, which means you drink more, and we all know happens when you drink more. Yes. Elise says, you can't wear a bra with it, not a jumpsuit for you. Elise, you're right. I'm putting it in the pile. I don't know why. That was a fairly recent purchase as well. I don't know what I was thinking. Natalie says, could you wear a t-shirt under the strap back jumpsuit? No. I see where you're going. I do see where you're going, but no, that would kind of negate the whole point of it for me, and I have other things that I like more. Carol says, if you're not wearing the halter is for bra issues, you can add a halter strap to your bra you have. I've done it for a scrappy top and left the original ones, so it wasn't a permanent change. Yes, I don't mind halter neck bras on me. I'm getting hot again. I do have a couple. If we're talking about the Mimi G jumps, this one, the reason I want to change it more than its halter neck is because I won't ever wear this as, I would never wear this by itself. I would always have like a top underneath of it, and I think higher back would look better with the shirt, but I'm not ruling out making it as is and seeing how I feel. Julie says, need to go do laundry, be right back. Charlie says, wheelchair users are usually not wearing jumpsuits. Lol. Can imagine. Christine says, yes, don't like them, especially when you have to get half undressed in public toilet. Oh, there's a funny meme, isn't there? Lost an eyelash. Jumpsuit girl meme. Images. There we go, yeah. She's not wrong. Oh, sorry. You're basically getting naked to use the bathroom. It does make me giggle. Having said that, I clearly like jumpsuits. This one I think I got. Now, I think this was a gift. I do like this one. I like all the different options on this one. So this one is going to be kept. This one I love, 6320, but I think this one needs to be transferred over to the dress because I think I prefer the dress of this than the jumpsuit. So we'll deal with that because I don't think I'm ever going to make the jumpsuit version of this one. This one. The 6130. I've made two things from it now, and it's gonna stay for now because I haven't given myself an opportunity to wear that red dress as yet, but it's on borrowed time, I think. Butterick 6691. I think this needs to go into my cover up by the pool section, and I understand why the person was, maybe those other ones should have gone in cardigans and this should be the cover ups. No, this can stay in jumpsuits. I do like this though. That's going to stay. This is one of the new ones. It's a Lizette pattern. I really like the wraparound nature of it because it will cover the bra straps at the back. It is just an added layer of difficulty getting in and out of the jumpsuit, or the romper. I would make this like a culotte length. I don't like it as a dress, funnily enough. This one was from Tracy B in one of our pattern swaps, 6462. I do like that. And I actually very much like that one on her. That's going to stay. This one's definitely staying, and I want to make this one soon. I think this particular version is really, really nice. I don't like this version on her, but I do like this a lot. I like the romper with the little splits up the front of the shorts. Although, again, I don't like my legs, so I don't think I'd ever make that. Let's see, where did you get to with the chat? Marianne says, I made one jumpsuit and I just love it. Only one button when gotta go. Nice. Other Shan is here. Hi from sunny Cornwall. Loving listening to the chat. Just about to start another version of the Pieta pants. Very nice. Caroline says, just cast on the Andy Satterland Chuck sweater in silver grey. Very nice. I like that sweater. Marianne says, but now my body is telling me to go lay down with some strong painkillers. Wish you all a glorious day wherever you are in the world. I hope your back sorts itself out, Marianne. Charlie says, hugs to Marianne, rest well. Jojo says, I'm making the Rosie the Riveter pattern this winter, but the trousers first. Full butt adjustment needed, as always, when it comes to the junk in my trunk. I feel you, Jojo. Not literally, that sounds really wrong, sorry. This one I love, 7167. I really, really like this one. Now that I've kind of gotten into the, like, I want to wear shirts under these things, I think that back could be quite interesting with a shirt, but I wouldn't make that one this would be the one that I would make. This version would be the one that I would make if I wasn't going to be putting something underneath of it, because again, bra strap issues. This is a Laura Ashley one. It is 7963. Again, this has the kind of like strappy do up the back, but it also has a version with a full back on it, and it's this one that I like. I would not add the ruffles to the bottom of the trousers. I wouldn't do the long, just plain trousers, but I do like the ruffles at the top. So that one's staying. This one. 8008. I love the shirt. I think the shirt is gorgeous. Again, I would probably try and I would put the button placket all the way down to the hem, because you're nearly there. Why not just put it all the way down to the hem and make your life easier? My nails aren't dirty, by the way. This is hair dye from when I had my hair done the other day. I really like this. I don't know if I'm cool enough to pull this off, but I do really, really like it. And why have they styled her with different trousers? I suppose so you can see the shirt. You'd think they would just make these trousers as trousers, because that's easy enough to do, and then style it like that, so they could, and then show you how to make the jumpsuit into just trousers. But I like both of those. I don't know if I'm cool enough to wear both of those, but I really like it. This one, 8153. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this one. I'm not cool enough to pull this off. I think I'd been watching a lot of Victoria. I think she had a self-portrait tuxedo style jumpsuit, and it looked amazing on her, and I was thinking I could do that. I don't think I can do that. I think that one needs to go. This one I love. It is 8101. Love that. Love, love, love. Totally want to use this as a top of a dress as well, like the Dolce & Gabbana-esque dresses. Like that a lot. Jojo says, nah, only if you ask me nicely. 8009. Love this. I've done a sew along for this. Want to make this again. This is an Empire line, and I want to put the waistline in the correct place and just see what I feel about the difference between the two. But I really like the one that I have, and I have worn it a couple of times. This next one, 7577, is very Zimmerman-esque. I really, really like it. Need to make it. You could have a lot of fun with the yoke, which they've done here. Use a lace panel for the yoke. I think that's really pretty. So I'm going to keep that. This one, 7789. I really like this. It's one of their like hacking patterns that you pick the elements and you add them together. I like the trousers and the midriff, and the slightly basically this one here. So I'm going to keep that. This one I am definitely making, and soon. I want to make this version culotte length to wear with shirts underneath of it, a la Lydia Millen. I think it's gorgeous. I really like the dress as well, but I really want to make the jumpsuit, which is why it's in the jumpsuit one. This is Vogue 9245. I've seen a couple of people make this one up, and it looks amazing. So I want to make that. Vogue 9075 dress and culotte jumpsuit. Love this. Love this a lot. Need to make this soon, so they can go back. Then we've got the Dirido Sirocco, which we know I love. This one I bought for this view only. I saw a lady in Ibiza wearing something very similar, and it looked very cool on her, so I wanted it. Same reason for buying this one. Secret pajamas, not quite so secret probably, with the fabrics that I'd make them out of. Really like that one. This one, again, I featured in a Get the Look for Less video for Rachel Zoe. It was actually a woven jumpsuit, but this was the silhouette. I really like it. I think it's very pretty. That one's going to stay. And then this one, I have a dress like this. This is one of those, like, you make the bottom half and then there's just two really long strips of fabric that get attached to the top. This one actually does have like a top piece that goes underneath of it. I love this. Like I say, I have a dress of this and I think it is gorgeous. Now, when you need to go to the bathroom, who's got time to like undo and then redo all of this? Like, I get the idea. The dress is a genius idea. What idiot put trousers on the bottom of this? Because, like, look at all the intricacies of that grey one, how they've tied that grey one there. You have to undo all of that to be able to get this thing on and off to go to the bathroom because it's trousers. Stupidity. Why did I buy this? That's going. Like, what was I thinking? I think I was thinking, I really like my dress version of this. That looks like a fun idea. And then I thought about it and it was like, oh. That was a stupid idea. Right, we've still got about 45 minutes. So we've done the whole of this bookcase, which is awesome. So we're going to move on to some of the bottom ones or some of the smaller categories from this. But I'm actually going to work from the bottom and do the smallest categories down there because my idea is that I want to, because everything in there is very jam-packed and we all know that I'm going to buy majority more dresses. Mum is texting me. You remember that we were leaving at 3? Leaving at 3, okay. Yes. Yes. Caroline says, can I see that last jumpsuit pattern again? Carolyn, which one did you mean? The one where the model's wearing yellow. I'm really sorry it's gone. Really sorry it's gone. Model's wearing yellow. The only one that springs to mind is one that was really far back. Oh, this one, the Vogue one, 9245. 9245. Love that. Love, love, love. Okay, so what have we got here? So that's knit dresses. So that knit wrap dresses. Men's patterns. Yeah, costumes. Okay. So I do actually have a little bit of room, so I'm hoping I can squeeze some of these into some of those other ones. So cardigans. Gin and Pin says, it stopped raining here in Newcastle upon Tyne, so I'm going to do a dash to the supermarket. See you all next time. Extra pets for Chi. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Catherine says, I love to sew a dark academia outfit for my daughter, hunting in my fabrics. Ooh, good luck. You have to sew, yes. Carolyn, I've read that one. Kathleen says, wouldn't the strappy back jumpsuit be a nightmare getting in and out of? Yes. Yes. Julie says, my bras are never going to be the same. Nimoy says, I still have to fix the cup holder neckline on that McCall's dress jumpsuit. Gay says, as a 70-year-old, I wear jumpsuits and 40-style overalls, so you can wear the cool ones. Yeah, I just need to get out of my own head about what I think I can and cannot get away with. Debbie says, I really need a TARDIS so I catch up on my projects and family would never know I'd been gone anywhere. Lottie says, oh, I had never thought about that jumpsuit version of the affinity dress, crossing that off my list to sew list. Yeah. Why did I buy this? Stupid. Charlie says, the whole bookcase finished. Wow. Thank you, Charlie. Karen says, yes, the infinity jumpsuit idea is crazy. Hadn't really thought about that, so it's getting off my to buy list. Yep. And Charlie says to Debbie, if you find time machine, please pop back and leave a link. Yes, please. I think we could all use one. Right, so next we've got cardigans. So I've got the 6844 in both size ranges. I really like this because it has a waistline at the back. There we go, waistline at the back. So I've made view D. My niece actually has those ones at the moment, but I do really like this one. And then cardigan. Then this one, I think it came free with a magazine. I like it, but it's just not me. So that one can go. And then I think what I'm going to do is the right. So I've just moved over the kind of like knit cover up into the cardigan section because that makes more sense. Men's patterns. I don't know why I have put an S on the end of this because I have a grand total of 1. Wilson does not want me to make him stuff. He only wears black or dark colors. He's worried that I'm going to make him something out of fabric like this and he won't like it. Although he did pick this out himself and he wants the exact one on the envelope. So when I go and see him next weekend, I'm going to try and measure him, which getting him to let me do that is also difficult, so that I can make him this for his birthday in October. So that can go there. Knit wrap dresses. Okay, so we've got Vogue 7898. I think I have cut out the sleeve piece from this. I have, again, at the largest size, which is good. And I used these sleeves on a couple of things in the past. This only goes up to a size 10, which is really not going to 32.5-inch bust, 25-inch waist, 34.5-inch hips. Even with significant amounts of wearing these, this is never going to fit me. And it's not really my style anymore anyway, so that can go. Vogue 8896. I like this. Matte jersey, silk jersey, interlock, moderate stretch knits only. I've seen a few people sew this up, which is why I bought this one, so that can stay. This I bought because I want to make view B with sleeves from view A. Oh, it's pretty. That's 8142, or Nolita from McCall's. Yeah, that one. This neckline is very much like the Nina Lee Mayfair dress, which I have, and it should be in this category. But yeah, view B with view A sleeves. That's staying. This one, McCall's 6713. I have seen a couple of people make this up as well. It would be kind of this version that I would make, so that's staying. And then New Look 6301. That can go. So I've got 3, and I'm going to find, if I can, wrap dresses. I know I've got the Mayfair dress. Have I not got the Mayfair dress? I haven't. I was convinced I bought that. There it is. Oh, technically it's not a wrap dress. That's why it's not in there. Technically it's not a wrap dress. Is this one a wrap dress? No, this one's not a wrap dress either, so I don't know why this one is in the wrap dress section. So I have two dresses in my knit wrap dress section. Okay. When the cleaner comes next, I'm going to need to ask her to dust and de-spider this. Right, so this is my costumes collection. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to have room for them to go somewhere else. I might do if I move these down here. Yes. They can go down there and my costumes can go in there. That's good. These are going to be quick. 8578. American Duchess is staying. 7306. McCall's staying. 6818. Recent purchase. Staying. 7398. I was intrigued to see their version of bunny outfit. Staying. One is lace up at the back, which is inaccurate. One is zip up, which is much more accurate. The bunny outfit's a higher cut as well, but staying. 7555. Want to make it for my pirate capsule collection. Don't care if it's going to look costumey. Don't care if it's called a costume pattern. Shall be making it. McCall 7941. Angela Clayton staying. 7826. Angela Clayton staying. 7988. Angela Clayton staying. 7732. I have 2 size bundles of this. Staying, and I am going to be making that jacket out of some plaid wool, which is at the bottom of the pile, so I won't get it out to show you, but I'm going to be making that soon. Angela Clayton staying. Angela Clayton staying. Cobwebs can go. Staying. More cobwebs. Blech. Staying. This one is so cute. This was part of a pattern swap, and I just love the idea of this for like a pin-up Halloween costume. I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to making it, but I'm keeping it. This is the underpinnings to go with the American Duchess pattern, so that can stay. I'll put those together. Now these two have got really nice memories and associations with them, not with the cobwebs. I mean, I know cobwebs are meant to be sticky, but I had to make my dad a costume, so they can stay as well. So, costumes. I'm getting ink on my fingers. I was being so careful. These are staying. Hopefully I can squeeze them into that little hole there. And I can. And these do not need to be on their side. Oh, it's all going horribly wrong. Okay, that's good. Right. So I have freed up, don't mean to make any of you seasick, but I have freed up the bottom of all of this so that I can basically move all of my dress patterns down so that they're not quite so squished, because at the moment they're very squished in there. And we all know that I will be buying more dress patterns. So that's where I thought I needed to create the most room. I think my phone went again. Oh no, just my game. Right. So this time around, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down, I think. Although it might make more sense, given that I want to space things out a bit more, to work my way. Let's start at the bottom and work my way up. Okay. So we're into knit dresses. Now I probably could break this up into kind of smaller categories, but I don't think I'm going to. At least not today, because we've not got that much time left. We are leaving the house at 3, so I'm probably going to have to finish in about half an hour. So first one is 8489, which was my pattern swap present from the very lovely Jennifer with 1N. I thought it was for a woven, but it's actually for knits. It does have a zip in the back, so if it's not got a negative ease in it, I might try and see if I can make it out of wovens, because I really liked the kind of like detailing up here. So possibly might try and make this out of a woven if I can. 9199, that's staying. Love this. Very much love this. Trying to work out if these, what order they're going back in, because I've got them organized by company. It's how I kind of know where everything is in these giant sections. Where did we get to with the chat? Carolyn says, no worries, I found that jumpsuit. Awesome. Gig Racer says, hey peeps, how is the pattern cull progressing? I'm not doing too badly. Sal says, I was going to say a time traveling joke, but you peeps didn't like it. And Julie's laughing at Sal, as is Charlie. Laurel says, oh, I have that Nolita, but I plan to make it into a top. That was yes, sorry, it always confuses me when they named their patterns, but it should be easier to remember, shouldn't it, than rather than a string of numbers. Julie says, Sian, I will now allow you to go and buy your 16 new patterns. Thank you, Julie. Kathleen says, what have you got taped down on your desktop behind you? Bias tape? My desktop behind me? Oh, that isn't tape, that's Mum's making a new quilt. That's a strip. And they're all the strips that she's making. She's doing, finally, the Calistar quilt pattern. I bought her the templates for that for Christmas quite a few years ago. She's finally gotten around to making something with it. So there's some of the pieces that she started. This is for a table runner for the dining room. And again, sorry if you now all feel very seasick. Okay. Plug you back in. Alison says, the new look 6301 is a fantastic pattern. I would reconsider giving it away. I'm sure it is, but the other one that I have is very similar to it, and I don't like the amount, the skirt's not full enough for me. I know that. I would want to add more to it, and the other one's very similar, so, and has more fullness in the skirt. So for the amount of things that I'd have to do to this to make it my taste, I am going to let somebody else have it, because it is a lovely pattern. I've seen lots of people make it up, which is why I bought it, but I don't think it's for me. 8825, there is a sew along for this on the channel. It is a gorgeous pattern. I really liked my version of it. I just felt really smart in it, like office appropriate, and I don't work in an office, so I never wore it. I'm not ruling out trying this one again, so I'm staying, because I like that one. Vogue 8685 is a Vogue Options. I like that a lot. That's going to stay. McCall's 7683 was from Tracy. You'll recognise this from the Great British Sewing Bee. She made it out of scuba, and it looked amazing, and I thought she was really smart for her fabric choice and pattern choice. I really like this one. I might keep it. No, I'm going to keep it, because this bit here, if I put little straps on it, I can wear a bra with it. So yeah, that one's staying. This one was from part of my pattern swap with Tracy B. 7621. 90s-tastic. What was I thinking? That one's going. 7186. Again, I love the top half of this. I'm not sure about the bottom half of this, but I think it'll stay because I want to give it a try. 7654. I have made a million of these. I really like the bodice. I really like the dress, but this skirt is not long enough for me as is. But there is no reason that I cannot add seams to the skirt so that I can cut it out of, make it longer and cut it out of fabric. So that's staying because I really like that one. This is the 7121. Again, I like this. I really like the chevroning detail they've done with these stripes. I think it's misleading because it looks fuller here than it does on her. I'm going to keep it for now. 7465. Love this. Want to make this version. Want to make that version. This is staying. I have no idea if I'm going to like wearing them, but I want to make them. 7430. I really like that striped one on her. Again, I have no idea if I feel comfortable wearing this, but I'm not going to get rid of it just yet until I've tried it. 7531, super basic, very much like this. Made the Friday Patterns Company Sunny dress. I just don't know if I'm going to like this, but I'm going to keep it just in case. I want to like it. Where are we with the chat? Nimoy says, I'd love to see you make one of Angela Clayton historical outfit. No particular preference, just would love to see you embark on a not wardrobe sewing adventure, kind of like the cicada gown. I really want to do that too. I have a couple of pieces of fabric set aside for elaborate gowns that are not part of wardrobe sewing. I think that once I've got the Pirate Capsule collection done, like the whole thing for the rest of this year, basically the rest of this year sewing is going to be wardrobe sewing, because I have changed shape so much and I don't have things in my wardrobe that I feel comfortable wearing. I think once I've got that covered and I feel like I have a well-rounded wardrobe again, I want to start doing some of these elaborate projects. There's fabrics in here that I've been saving for elaborate projects and not making up because I kind of think that I need to be skinnier, or I don't have anywhere to wear this, or I don't want to use this fabric now and regret not having it later. And I'm kind of thinking that I need to just get over that and just make something. And especially one of the fabrics is a spoonflower fabric, so I can always have more printed if I do change shape and want to remake the dress. So yes, no way, that is definitely part of my plans, but I do want to carry on wardrobe sewing just because I'm not doing too badly at this time of year, but in winter and the colder months, I'm struggling to get dressed because I don't have the things that I want to have in my wardrobe at the moment. So yes, there will be a project like that coming. It might happen sooner rather than later if I decide I need a break from wardrobe sewing, but it is in the cards. Charlie says, 4 whole empty boxes, a huge well done, thank you. Elise says, did I send you the Angela Clayton? You sent me a couple of them, definitely. The kind of cream gown with the hood, the cloak pattern and the cream gown, you definitely sent me those, Elise. Debbie says, the Angela Clayton jacket will look lovely with jeans. That's my thinking too. The Matrix coats may be handy should Matrix 4 ever come out. It's just that there's a nice memory attached to that pattern, so I think I'm going to keep that one. Jennifer says, hello, lovely peeps. Hi, Jennifer. Lynn says, I got a break today. Hello, everyone. Hi, Lynn. How are you, my lovely? Jennifer says, I've been working 16-hour days this past week and even worked 7 hours yesterday. Oh, wow. I'm going to go to breakfast with the Hubstar. Enjoy. Enjoy. And Laurel says, ugh, age of fabulous, what a drag, enjoy breakfast. Totally. Right, so another what was I thinking pattern, 7999. Love this, want to make this, used to wear dresses like this all the time. That's what I was thinking. I used to wear this sort of thing all the time, especially the striped one. So that's going to stay because I want to try it. 8022. I like that this is like fitted in. these show it better. I like that they're fitted in. I would omit the pockets because I've made something like this with pockets in the front and it looked awful on me. I would omit the pockets, but I do like the funnel neck. I probably wouldn't make the hood one, but yeah, keeping this. This one is getting made soon. I want to make view C, which is what she's wearing, because I think the band on A and B at my thighs would look terrible, but there's no band on view C, so I think that's going to look really good. And I love those sleeves and that neckline, so that's staying and is going to get made. 7319. This is the dress I want. There is one skirt panel. So these three skirts here are, this is the skirt panel that you get. So I'm sorry, that is a straight up and down skirt that has fullness to it. So I've fussed with this pattern to get it to look like this, and now I love it. You guys have asked for so long for this one, and I am going to be doing that with the Savannah Viscose Jersey Crepe, coming to your eye viewing pleasure very, very soon. This one, so this one I like the top of view C, and I would do it with a skirt from view A, but I would make it longer. I really liked this top, even though it's grown on sleeves. It's grown on sleeves in a jersey, so I'm going to keep that one to see if I like grown on sleeves in a jersey. This one, I think I just got swept up into the patterns are like $2.99, and I can get them sent to myself for free, so I'm going to buy all of them. I really like the drape neckline. I've worn a jersey evening gown to the first dressmaker's ball, and I wouldn't do it again. I felt nice in it, but I didn't feel special in it. So that's been donated, and I would shorten this, but I do like this a lot, so that's going to stay. This one I bought for view B. This is 8107. I really like this one. Very nice. I have a feeling, oh no, there are slightly different skirt options on it, but this is the one that I'd want to make, so that's staying. This one, I love view D. It's very, really revealing. I like C as well. Again, I don't know how comfortable I would be in a dress like this, but it's not going to go. And then this is 7349, which came free with Love Sewing magazine. I'm going to keep this one. I really like the colour blocking options available for this, so this one's staying as well. I got rid of one jersey dress from that lot. I'm going to try and get through all of the jersey dresses, and then I think we're going to call it a day because I'm doing, yeah, I've got time. We'll do this. We can do this. 8547. One of the most controversial dresses I've ever made. Somebody told me it was a D word. Disgusting. Oh, it was really, I've ended up blocking that person for various reasons, but they hadn't meant it meanly, but wasn't diabolical. It was atrocious, or it was something they'd said it was one of the worst things they'd ever seen me make. That's not constructive. You're allowed to think that. Of course you're allowed to think that. I'm not saying that you can't think that, but I do think that you shouldn't tell people that, especially when they say they like something. This is a, no, not Tory Burch, Diane von Furstenberg knit dress. I tried to do an exact copy of it. The colour blocking on that was wrong for me. I'm going to redo it because I like this. And I added fullness to the skirt. And I really liked the overall silhouette of it. I just didn't like where I put the colours, but I was slavishly trying to copy. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I will be able to. DVF, colour block, knit dress. Images. I featured, no, I can't find it on there. I featured it in a Get the Look for Less video as well. I mean, it's basically the same pattern. The Mimi G one has a low back and a zip in it. I need to raise the back up and make a few tweaks to it, but I really, really liked this one, regardless of what the other person thought. So that one's staying. This was from my pattern swap from Heather. It is Simplicity 9174. I have both size bundles. I love this. I think that's gorgeous. I want to make that soon. Then we've got K734. It's an amazing fit. I do really like the bodice of this dress. But I don't. I like that portion of the dress a lot, and I'd want to chop it off of the waist and add a full skirt to it. In fact, now that I've done that, I really like the bodice of that dress, so that can stay. Simplicity 8787. Learn to Sew, Sewing Magazine. I've got so many of these that I've just shown you from McCall, so that one can go. This is 1018. Big Bird talked me into buying this one. L'Oreal got it for me. I am going to keep this one. It's very similar to the Vogue 9199, but it has many different lengths available on it and trousers as well, so that one can stay. This is the Simplicity 1653, amazing fit. I really like this, but again, I don't think that skirt is representative of what it actually ends up looking like. But it does have a lot of different. I'm going to keep that one. I knew the dresses were going to be hard. Simplicity 1102. I like that. I don't love it. That can go. Simplicity, sorry, New Look 6428. This can go as well. This, I think, yeah, it came free with a magazine. No, that one can go. Butterick 6724, again from my pattern swap with Heather. Got both size bundles. I really like that one. I'm going to keep that. This is an older one, Butterick 5780. I really like that bodice. Again, I would probably put a different skirt on it, but I do like the bodice, so that can stay. Butterick 6680. I really like that. I like all the paneling in it and the ruching at the waist. I think that's really flattering. It's a terrible word. I think that's really nice and can be very forgiving, especially over tummies. So keeping that one. This is Burda 6829, which was part of a pattern swap. I'm definitely keeping that one. I think it's gorgeous. I don't know if it's going to suit me, but I want to try it. Tilly and the Buttons Zadie dress. This was my first pattern swap with Gingerella. No, Gingerhead Co. No. I've forgotten her name. She's got two little boys. One of them's got a really severe sleeping breath issue. Arlo. What's her name? Ginger Thread Girl. There we go. Words. So this was my very first pattern swap pattern. I made this and I don't like it at all. I don't like this dress on me at all. I don't think I'm ever going to make this again, but it is got really lovely memories associated with this one, so that can stay. That's that McCall's one that I looked at earlier that I said was very similar in the neckline to the Nina Lee Mayfair dress. I still want to steal the sleeves from this one, but I like that a lot. This is a Bajki Mishka dress from L'Oreal. It's got grown on sleeves. Oh, I picked this. Lorianne, I gave Lorianne a list of about 20 patterns, and she very kindly went shopping for me, and I fully intended to pay her back, and then she was like, no, it's a present for you. I don't like growing on sleeves, do I? No, that one can go. This one, however, is staying. This was from one of my pattern swap with Crystal. It's 1600. I love this. That might be a better view to show you. There is a lot of work and detailing on this. I want to make this soon, so that's staying. Vogue 1721, Guy Laroche dress. I love this. I love this so much. And I have a woven dress that's very similar that Rachel's made up. And Rachel suggested making it with a fuller skirt because it doesn't quite balance out as it is. Then we've got Vogue 1632. I love this as well. I think I used this as a Giambattista Valli dupe in one of my Get the Look for Less videos. I think this is so pretty. Again, I have zero idea if this would suit me, but I want to give it a try. This is one of my older ones, Vogue 2882. It's another one of those like wardrobe pattern builders. There's all the different pieces. So tops, skirts, and trousers. That can go because it's just not going to work for me. This one is a DKNY 2091 Vogue pattern. I have tried to make this up. It has underarm gussets. I was not confident or well versed in sewing enough to make the underarm gussets. Again, I know I've cut this out. I seem to have cut it out at the biggest size because this goes up to a 12. Maybe I haven't actually. Yeah, no, I've cut this out at a size 8. I think this one needs to go. I don't think I'm ever going to make it up. I will just have to say that some pieces have been cut to a size 8, and it's the pieces for view C. So probably quite a lot of the pieces, but that can go. And then my last one is an Issey Miyake pattern, 2556, 8 to 12. Again, I love this. I think this is gorgeous. It surprised me that this is for knits. Nylon lycra, cotton lycra, wool lycra. I don't know if this would be remotely pretty on me. And I know this pattern sells for about £40, but I'm going to keep it because I like it. Right. Okay, so putting my knit patterns away kind of fairly loosely has given me 3 cubby holes still free, which is good because my woven patterns are going to spread into that easily. But it does mean that I have more room to add more patterns. So that is good. So we did 3 shelves and then 1 across. So yeah, we're leaving at 3. So I'm nearly done.
Okay, as soon as you can, we're ready. I know.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to be wrapping up now. Yeah, so I don't think I did too badly. I got rid of quite a few patterns. Quite a stack there of things that I don't think are for me anymore. There are a few more in there. If I was being really brutal, there are a few more in there that I could definitely have like culled more, but I think I did all right. Wow, there's 191 of us. So yeah, next weekend I'm going to be in London. So there will be no hangout on the 29th, but it's going to be a hangout on the 5th with Big Bird. don't know how long we're going to go for, but Big Bird's going to be here those 2 weeks. So definitely on the 5th, you get to see her. On the 12th, I'm probably going to be in London. So yeah, there's no hangout next weekend, but there will be a hangout on the 5th, and there will be a Big Bird. I'm going to catch up with the comments because I'm nearly done. Let's see. Nimue says, yay, no hurry on the historical adventure. Just wanted to voice my interest to see something like it. Yeah, 1860s project as well. That's definitely something I'm thinking about. Nimue says the 8734 could also make a great top. Is that the one that I held up like half of it and went, oh, I like that? Sal says, Sean, have you been watching the Marvel What If show? No, I'm saving that to watch with Wilson. Elise says, I need to decide on a secret pajama French terry knit dress. I got gorgeous silver embroidered French terry that needs to be a comfy autumn dress. Ooh, so many ideas. Sean says, Sean, as you may have made so many pattern brands, do you find the big 4 patterns fit differently, i.e. is one better for a particular shape body than another? I'm quite lucky that the block that Butterick McCall's and Vogue use, and their blocks, because I'm sure each one of those companies has a separate block, they all fit me fairly well. So my shape, that's not very helpful, is it? Nimue says to Elise, I really love wearing my Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa dress in the autumn winter. I added some length and fisheye darts in the back for some waist definition. Super comfy. That's a good one. I haven't got that. Laurel says, I second Nimue's suggestion for the Cocoa. Did centre back seam for shaping. Nimue says, you did well, Sean. Elise says to Nimue, I'll take a look. I'm still working on my nerve to alter and full bust adjustment on knits. Gig Racer says, enjoy your afternoon. Alison says, have a very happy week, Sean and Peeps. Give Chiana a cuddle from me. And Big says, sends purrs and headbutts. And don't forget to give me your new address so I can send over all your goodies. PO Box is going to be coming at the middle of September. I had some paperwork that I needed to fill out, so I will give you that when it's ready. Karen says, enjoy your afternoon with your parents. Caroline says, have a fabulous time with Wilson. Look forward to the 5th. Thanks for a great discussion this afternoon. And Natalie says, goodbye from sunny Southsea. So yes, thank you for hanging out with me, guys. And I will see you all on the 5th of September. But the vlogging is going to resume from tomorrow. So there should be, fingers crossed, a vlog going up on Tuesday for you all. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.